See how much damage we can do today.
Great.
I think, because last time we left off, we had just gotten to the Gold Saucer amusement park, and we were starting to get some Barret backstory. Mm-hmm. I believe today we can probably get through Gold Saucer.
Okay.
Another location after that.
Okay.
And another location after that.
Okay.
Mainly because that middle location is super short.
Okay.
I think we can pull it off.
Gotcha.
We'll see how it goes. But how are you doing today? How's your day been?
Been pretty solid. Mostly just did, like I said, like the technical setup of getting ready to do ADHD and IQ testing. Mm-hmm. And that was like primarily what I did today. We had a staff meeting at noon that was just like there's an event we're going to this weekend that was kind of just like here's all of the information I have about that event, and it's not a lot, but it's enough.
What's the because I know it's been a thing in the last couple of years of like, oh hey, we've historically really underdiagnosed girls as being autism spectrum or ADHD.
Oh yeah.
What, like, now that that's been acknowledged, I know probably hasn't been enough time, but how is like the psychiatric community feeling about, like, are we getting better at actually correctly identifying that?
Yeah, so the issue hasn't necessarily been within the like mental health community. It's mostly in like schools and just like families. So when a boy has ADHD, especially specifically like a young boy, usually they're hyperactive, they're like acting out in class, like, and those symptoms are disruptive, and teachers know, like, okay, that's ADHD. I'm gonna tell the parents are gonna get the kid tested, they're gonna get on medication, and they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. And now my classroom stops being disrupted. But with girls, usually it's inattentive instead of hyperactive, and so it just looks like doodles on the side of the page because they're not disrupting class, they're just not paying attention. And so their grades maybe aren't great, but if they are motivated or supported or whatever and can compensate for the inattentiveness, then it just kind of goes under the radar until they get to a point either in middle or high school or college where they can't compensate anymore. And I think because there is more awareness of that now, it is getting identified a little better in schools. And especially when you stop talking about ADHD and start talking about like spectrum disorders, like those are being better identified in girls as more awareness grows, but it's not so much like a mental health community issue.
It's more about whether or not educators or parents are catching the signs.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know. Do you feel like, are those being like better, are people being made more aware of those things, I guess, now? I mean, people aren't like, there's not PSAs for them, I know, but like...
Yeah, I would almost say like it probably depends on where you are. So like rural areas, probably not as good as cities. Just like, are you where the resources to identify that are is a huge piece.
See, half a fan D saying emojis are still not working. We had an issue when Joey and I streamed the Summer Jeff Fest last Friday, where people couldn't use the member emojis for whatever reason. I see Diego using YouTube's standard built-in emojis, but for some reason people can't use the member emojis. I saw people using them in the comments on that stream, but they're not working on chat. The reason you guys saw me leaning forward was I was checking our member settings to see if I flipped a switch somewhere that said people can't use them during chats. And I don't see it anywhere, so I don't know what's up with that. Which means the membership is useless. You're giving me money for no reason. You should be able to use that brand new Jeff Keighley emoji that I created specifically for the Jeff Fest for everybody to use. We have Todd Howard, which represents lies, because Todd Howard tells big lies about how sophisticated his games are. And we now have specifically the Dorito Pope image of Jeff Keighley, which you've probably seen, which is back in the day when he was doing a presser for Halo 4. If I type in Dorito Pope, it'll probably come up. I don't even need to type in Keighley. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this image.
Excellent.
This is the low point of his career. You can see it in his face.
Yep.
I took exactly this face and made that into an emoji we can use for basically. I decided what it meant was corporate selloutitude. when something is too commercial. Can't use any. Basically, straight up only paying you. Lol. Damn. Sorry, half a fan D. I don't know what's up with that. Last time I asked you, you said you could have animated emojis, and I looked it up, and you can't. You can have GIF files for emojis, but they won't be animated? Oh, never mind. I was going to take the classic Nintendo DS It Prints Money GIF, where Miyamoto's like mouth is moving like he's a Canadian on South Park, and I was going to make that one of our emojis for making fun of Miyamoto, but I guess it wouldn't work. We need a Miyamoto emoji. Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Damn. Somebody's already beat me to it. I don't know. Need a separate Miyamoto emoji. Exactly. But yeah, I also saw somebody say, yeah, half a fan said, didn't realize you streamed Undertale, wound up missing it. Catch up on the next one. Uh-oh. What's happening here? It said the encoder is overloaded. We have 0 dropped frames. My encoder hasn't changed. We're fine. That's normal settings. I'm not changing that. Why is QuickTime Player open? That doesn't need to be open. Thoughts on the Direct? I thought it was pretty bad. It was fine. It's a good Direct. I think people freaking out about that Nintendo Direct are stupid. I think it went fine. They announced a new Xenoblade? Come on. They announced a new Xenoblade. Come on. Come on. I think it ended bad. I think it was overall a fine presentation. I think it ended bad. Because the final 2 things that happened at the Nintendo Direct on Monday were... Actually, I should say final 3 things. They announced, hey, we're finally bringing native ports of the Kingdom Hearts games to Switch. Okay. Because on Switch 1, there was a cloud version. You could stream the Kingdom Hearts games if you had a solid internet connection. It worked so-so.
Okay.
It made sense for, like, Kingdom Hearts 3. It's like, yeah, I believe that won't run natively on the Switch.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense for the PS2 games.
Yeah.
I literally made a video about it at the time. It was a dumb situation. So they came in and said, hey, actually, scratch that. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5, which is the PS2 and handheld games, that's coming to your original Switch natively.
Okay.
You can just buy it and download it. And everything is coming to Switch 2 natively, Kingdom Hearts 3 and the 0.2 collection. And that came along with the announcement of... the Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3 collection, which is buy this and get everything that's currently released. Other than Melody of Memory is not included, which is the rhythm game that technically takes place after Kingdom Hearts 3, but it doesn't really matter. It contains a solid 15 minutes of story cutscenes.
Oh my gosh.
It has Kairi on the cover, and she doesn't appear until the last 15 minutes of the game.
Oh my gosh.
It's great. That game was like, it's gonna be the Kairi game, guys. She's on the cover. She's on the main menu, and then all it is it's a rhythm game where you play classic Kingdom Hearts music, and periodically Kairi narrates the events of one of the games with a little cutscene compilation, and then once you get to the end, there's 15 minutes of new post-Kingdom Hearts 3 cutscenes.
Oh my gosh.
Yay! Worth $60.
60?
Yeah, it was a fine rhythm game.
Oh
but,
my gosh.
But they were like, it was. I remember before that game came out, Tetsuya Nomura being like, temper your expectations for story content, and people were like, oh, he's being coy.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, he literally never tempers expectations for story content. He's always like, yes, you must play this spin-off. It's very important. If he's tempering, it's going to be nothing. Yep. And it was basically nothing.
Yep.
But anyway, so after they announced the 1 through 3 collection, then it faded to black and didn't come back up to Nintendo Direct announcer guy for a suspiciously long time. And you're like, and then it fades up on an Organization 13 cloak in Unreal 5, and you're like, oh my god, this is the first Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer since 2022 at this Nintendo Direct. Completely unexpected. And the trailer was fine in a vacuum. In context, I think it was kind of terrible.
Okay.
Because we had the reveal trailer in 2022.
Okay.
And I've told you about it. You haven't seen it, but I've told you about it.
Yeah.
It's Sora in totally not Tokyo.
Right, yes.
Sora in totally not Fantasy Tokyo, and like a big bad kaiju heartless like the ones that destroy Destiny Islands is like stomping around, and he's gonna fight it, right? And like normies with cell phones like are filming it and running away.
Yeah.
You see a couple of other things in that trailer. This new trailer was basically showing the exact same thing. It only showed Fantasy Tokyo.
Okay.
It showed Sora fighting Heartless in Fantasy Tokyo.
Okay.
And it had like 3 brief... no, that's not fair. It had 1 brief shot of a new OC who was already in the teaser trailer. Then it had 2 brief shots of 2 new OCs.
Oh.
Then it had brief shots of 2 returning OCs.
Okay.
But it was all Tokyo. It was all Sora fighting Heartless in Tokyo. This time it was real gameplay instead of, like, obviously fake teaser shit.
Yeah.
So there was that to it. But it was all shit that we'd seen before in abstract. And it didn't end with a release window.
Yeah, see, that's the piece, the, like...
If it had been not 4 years later, big good trailer. If it had been all the same stuff we'd seen before, but a release window would have been a good trailer.
Right.
If it had shown one Disney World or one thing we hadn't seen before, would have been a good trailer.
Yeah.
But in context, I am hard pressed to call it a good trailer.
Yeah.
Again, like if I just showed it to you with no context, you'd be like, "Oh, that's a pretty good trailer,"
solid, yeah.
and I would agree. But like with the context,
Yeah.
I don't know. Most Kingdom Hearts fans don't care. They wanted confirmation that it was still being made, but like, of course, it's still being made. They're just waiting until it's closer. Would have been a great trailer in 2023, says Dean. Exactly. I think that now I will say this because some of you guys may have missed this. We had a classic retailer copy leak. Because I said Square's learned their lesson. They're not showing games until they're like less than a year out from release. Like they unveiled Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 last Friday.
Yeah.
It's coming out next spring, they
Okay.
said. No specific date, but next spring.
Yeah.
If they show me a Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, even with no release date attached to it, in my brain with current Square visibility, if they're going to bring it back, I would guess within the next year and a half would be my shot call. Retailer copy was posted to pre-order the Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3 collection, and included in the copy was play it before Kingdom Hearts 4 releases in 2027. And then it was very quickly changed once people noticed it. I would not be surprised if the reason they're holding off is because last time around for Kingdom Hearts 3, they were planning, I think the originally announced release date for Kingdom Hearts 3, they explicitly said it was 2018. I think it might have even had a November 2018 release date.
Okay.
And then it got pushed by 2 months to late January 2019.
Okay.
Minor delay for polish, I'm sure. Probably, I'm guessing they're targeting Christmas 2027, and they don't want to have a repeat of having to shift the date.
Yeah.
So they're going to hold off until they're completely sure.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. That's my guess, based on nothing.
Yeah.
As I talked about on a recent stream, I firmly believe that when they started development on this game in 2019, they did not think it was going to release in 2027.
Yeah.
I don't know when they thought it was going to release, but there's no way they thought it was going to be almost 10 years.
No.
There's no way.
No.
Which I said on a stream last week when we were doing Summer Jeff Fest with Joey. I said, my feeling is something has gone wrong behind the scenes. I don't know what, and I'm not pointing fingers at anybody.
Yeah.
But I think something went wrong.
Surely.
And if something went wrong, I basically said, like, if something went wrong, the game's not going to be any closer to release until the thing that went wrong stops going wrong.
Right.
So I could just as easily see a trailer today at Summer Jeff Fest, turned out to be 3 days later, or next year, and I would be equally surprised, basically. Because, like, I don't know what's going on internally, but I think as soon as they get past whatever the problem is, we'll see it.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, whatever reasonable expectation I could have had, like, circa 2022 of, like, oh, they've been in development for this long, I'm sure we'll see it again by 24. Like, all reasonable expectations are out the window if something went wrong.
Right.
Sorry. That is a side note. Someone said if you look closely, you might be able to guess a Disney World because of a Keyblade. At one point, Sora is using a Keyblade with a blade of lava and a hilt of water. So people are suggesting it could be a Moana Keyblade. There's elements of that design that it doesn't look Moana-y. Like, people zoomed in on the keychain and it just looked like some kind of fantasy junk. It didn't look like a noticeable Moana doodad.
Okay.
Not that that necessarily means anything, but
Yeah.
could be a Moana world confirmed, or suggested anyway. And then after Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer went away, then Koizumi from Nintendo came back up and said with the obnoxious Nintendo Direct dub voice, "How was that? Now, we have one more announcement. Please, take a look." And we all knew what it was going to be because an Ocarina of Time remake leaked like 2 months ago along with Star Fox Remake, and then Star Fox Remake was announced like a week later.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to say this right now. Even if it hadn't been leaked, it was a bad trailer. Because the trailer is, here's a tapestry, a fantasy tapestry, and a voiceover telling you the premise of Ocarina of Time like it's like a fairy tale.
Uh-huh.
And you go, oh, this is cute. And the music kind of sneaks in a little bit, and it tells you the premise, you know, like I said, like kind of with a fairy tale voice, and then it shows Link asleep in bed, and then it fades out, and then it shows the Ocarina of Time logo. And 2026. So it's coming out in the next 6 months, and you ain't got no gameplay to show me?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because my thing there is, and then they're like, please look forward to more information soon. And I'm like, okay, here's the thing. You're going to show, like, if I have to wait and you show me a game that is a faithful remake of Ocarina of Time that is completely normal, but upgraded graphics and controls or whatever, then why did you make me wait?
Yeah.
If it's new stuff, if you're changing it, show me literally 5 seconds of one new thing.
Right.
So that I am excited for the more
new
information.
thing. Yeah, yep.
Oh, I saw Link scaling a wall like he can do in Breath of the Wild for 2 seconds, and then go away, and then look forward to more information, and then it's a good. I don't know. I talked to Joshua about it, and his opinion was there are circles of normies for whom Ocarina of Time is still the Citizen Kane of gaming. It's the game. I mean, it's a fair read. And maybe this will get them back when they wouldn't have been otherwise. And so the initial trailer can't be, look, we changed stuff. And it also can't be, look, it's exactly the same. It just needs to be something that'll go viral. Was Joshua's argument, which I guess I see. I still disagree. I still think it should have been different, but that's me. That's just me, and I could be wrong. I think other than that, it was a fine show. I think the Nintendo Direct was a fine show. I think that the 2 final announcements were probably better for everybody than they were for me, because I need to see more of Kingdom Hearts 4 to care, and I need to see more of Ocarina of Time Remake to care. Evil, they didn't show gameplay when Switch 2 price rise is looming very, very soon. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Dean. Literally don't worry about it.
Bigger?
I can make the chat a little bigger. Literally do not worry about the price of the Switch 2 rising. It's not important. Lots of stuff got delayed because of COVID. Oh, for sure. Though that then remains that the pace of the Final Fantasy VII remake has been tremendous, because they started development on Rebirth while they were shuffling to development from home, and it still came out in 2024. I think that's right. 4 years of development, and then Part 3 is going to come out next spring. It's crazy how fast they manage that shit, considering how big those games are. Keyblade Hitsparks had Elemental the movie iconography. It could be an Elemental Keyblade.
Ooh.
I did have a friend of mine text me and say, do you think the problem with do you think the delay might have been caused by early in development, contractually obligated, you must put Wish in this game, and then Wish bombed, and they had to quickly cut all the Wish shit out of it?
Interesting.
I was like, I don't think so, but it would be funny.
Yeah.
I am continually, I'm getting more and more worried as time goes on, and they aren't showing us Disney worlds, that Sora's going to go exclusively to live-action Disney remake worlds and live-action movie worlds.
No.
Because the only Disney world that they've directly teased is a world based off of Return of the Jedi. Because in the original trailer that they released in 2020, there's just footage of like a photorealistic forest. You're like, oh, look, the graphics are so pretty, a photorealistic forest. And then in one shot in the corner, there's a little metal doodad on the surface floor that everyone was like, that's the foot of an ATST. from Return of the Jedi.
Oh my god.
It was really, I distinctly remember when that trailer came out and Joshua didn't watch it because he's checked out and he doesn't give a shit anymore, which is his prerogative, and it's totally fair.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, I forgot to mention, people are pretty sure Return of the Jedi is in the game because it shows a photorealistic forest, and then you can see an AT-ST foot in the background. And Joshua's response was, oh, people are reaching for anything. They see a forest, like, gotta be a movie, blah, blah, blah. And then I sent him a screenshot where you can see the little metal, like, semicircle.
Yeah.
I sent it to him, and he immediately texted back, oh, no, never mind, they're correct. That's an AT-ST foot. That's exactly what that is. It's like super distinct. It's very clear. But then they didn't show anything in this one.
Yeah.
The closest thing they got to showing at Disney World was there was a 1-second shot of Donald and Goofy in a pitch black room with blue flames shooting up around them, which is because the 2022 trailer ended with Donald Duck and Goofy going into the underworld and to go talk to Hades about something. But the point is, it's literally something we literally already knew about that. It's literally showing us the scene that was in the 2022 trailer, just a different part of it. So they're still not showing anything new. Even the screenshot collage from last year had a tiny screenshot of Mickey Mouse platforming across chandeliers in a mysterious library. That was more exciting than anything in the trailer they just showed. The only thing crazy in the trailer they showed. That could be nothing.
There hasn't been a live-action Hercules, has there?
There has not been a live-action Hercules. I think it was announced a while ago.
No!
But they've announced tons of those that didn't wind up happening.
Okay. Leave that one alone.
Those were gonna get killed when Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs flopped hard.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, we're gonna reassess our strategy for these. And then literally like 2 months later, the Lilo and Stitch movie that was supposed to go straight to Disney Plus came out in theaters and made like $2 billion. And they were like, never mind, hit the gas.
Dang it.
We literally got B-roll from the 2022 trailer 4 years later. It's wild. Yes, that bit of Donald Duck and Goofy is probably 5 seconds after what we... Because, like, in the first trailer, they're walking around through a totally dark room, and then you can hear the Japanese voice of Hades going, what the heck are you two doing back here again? And then they turn around and go, ah! And that's where the trailer cuts off on a funny haha moment. And this new trailer is the two of them get surrounded by blue flames. So it's probably literally 4 seconds after what we saw 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's a good trailer in a vacuum.
Yep.
Remember they announced the Jungle Book 2 live action? Yeah, that won't happen. That's never gonna happen. Call me a chud, but I'm looking forward to FF Resonance, says Dean. Yeah, I know you are, Dean. FF Resonance is, they're de-gotchifying one of their gacha games. Square's been doing this for a while now. They turned Octopath Traveler 0, which was a gacha mobile phone game, into apparently a really, really solid single-player RPG. They just recycled the stuff and they upgraded it and improved it. And Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, which was one of the only popular gacha games that ran for 12 years. Most of those games shut down after like 3.
Okay.
I know nothing about it other than that it was successful and it ran for a long time.
Okay.
They are adapting the first arc of Brave Exvius into a new game called Final Fantasy Resonance.
Okay.
Completely rebuilt from the ground up. They're not just porting the gacha mobile phone game. It's completely rebuilt from the ground up with their 2D HD style, as they call it, which is to say it's like high quality, really hi-fi pixel art, but with like Unreal Engine like lighting on all the pixel stuff.
Okay.
I'll show you some footage of it later. It looks kind of neat. Katy Perry and Ariana Grande will not be in the game, I'm sure. Promotional events for the gacha game. At different points in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, there's a log-on bonus to get the Ariana Grande unit to join your team, and the Katy Perry unit to join your team. Like Fortnite.
Oh.
Yeah, like Fortnite.
I actually watched someone play Fortnite recently, like in person, was at someone's house and they were playing Fortnite, and I almost did not recognize the game. So much has changed since the last time I saw Fortnite.
There's a really funny
Crazy.
bit. Dunkey did 2 really solid videos called Fortnite Daycare, where he goes and plays basically like the Among Us mode in Fortnite, and it's all like, 7 to 12-year-olds.
Yep.
And he's not doing the normal thing, which is go in and swear and grief the 12-year-olds. He's actually more like almost like, I don't know. How do I put this? Normally, I would frown on that type of content, but he does it in like the politest way I've ever seen, where he's more like playing on the kids' levels. Though the funniest is when he starts being like, Like, I don't even know how to explain what's so funny about those videos, but they're fantastic. But, like, there's little bits in there where, like, for 2 seconds, he'll just cut to some stupid B-roll of him playing the normal game of Fortnite to make a fun of how stupid it's gotten.
Yep.
And there's a bit where he's like, hey, guys, it's me, Indiana Jones. I'm in the ball from Jurassic World, and I have to go and collect the whatevers.
Yep.
And it's him as Indiana Jones in the ball
Yeah.
from Jurassic World. And then someone else on his his team, some other YouTuber, one of his friends or whatever, is like, there's no way you're saying real shit right now.
Yep.
The first Fortnite daycare videos, it has something that Joshua and I reference almost constantly, which is one of his friends comes into the lobby wearing Claptrap robot from Borderlands. And what sounds like a 9-year-old child goes, oh, Borderlands outfit. Borderlands is so cool. Among Us. Like a verbal tick, like a Moogle would say Kupo.
No!
It's so funny. Also a good one is when he's trying to point out like one of the people on like the traitor on the Among Us team, which is like a black dark suit Spider-Man unit or Venom or it's something. He says that's evil, or maybe he's playing like a Venom. He's like, and then one of the kids goes, no, evil Spider-Man is black. That's not evil Spider-Man. Evil Spider-Man's black or something like that. I forget what it was. I don't know.
Geez.
There's some good stuff in those videos. They should make a Final Fantasy Fortnite. They should do that. They should call it Final Fantasy VII First Soldier, and I bet it'll last more than a year. They should remake that as a single-player, de-gotchified game, he said very sarcastically. No, I had them both in FE Brave Exvius. They did shut that game down. I don't think they're going to be back. I don't know anything about Brave Exvius. Brave Exvius people in the chat, did that game have a good story? They said they are going to modify the story to make it like a better single-player, like contained experience. They said they're adapting the first Brave Exvius arc. Brave Exvius people, is it good? Is that game good? Star Wars Keyblade will be a forked lightsaber with a light outlined key. Many fan artists about to stomp on their hat. Yeah, people have been drawing that shit for years. It'd be cool if they made it something more interesting than just a lightsaber, but I don't know, they won't resist the opportunity to give Sora a lightsaber.
Yeah.
If they could just give him a lightsaber, almost. Like give it like the Keyblade grip, but don't do the weird like lasers sticking out to the side. Maybe that'd be better. Just give him like a normal lightsaber instead of weird.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I don't know. I'm trying to think about how you could do it. Because I'm thinking about Kylo Ren has like the crossguard thing.
Yeah.
But that's at the base of the lightsaber.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how you design that and make it not look stupid. I feel like you just have to give him a normal lightsaber, but maybe with the Keyblade, like wrist guard around it. I don't know. Hopefully, if Resonance sells well enough, we'll get frequently released pixelated FF games. It'll do fine. Bravely Default 2 and Bravely Default 0 both sold like 2 million copies. That Resonance game is going to do just fine for itself. The Wish stuff sucks. Never in my life have I seen a movie bomb so hard in recent memory, aside from live-action Snow White, which is also a Disney property. I've heard some really funny industry scuttlebutt about the behind-the-scenes situation on Wish that I'm not sure if I'm allowed to share, because it might be considered friend-DA. I'll tell you some later, but I'm not going to say it on the air. I may have some stuff about the director's personality and confidence in herself.
There's an Among Us show? I didn't know
that just happened. It's an animated comedy, show. I think it's on like Paramount Plus or whatever. It just came out. Okay. They promoted it at the Game Awards after they showed some other Among Us related stuff. Don't worry about it. Who cares? People actually played it, said the story is good, but I feel like I don't trust gacha players on anything. That's exactly my thing. That's how I feel about it. Music, amazing. Story, I didn't get too far into it, but I was interested in where it was going. I would say it was decent. Okay. I'm Brave the XVS people until my phone just wouldn't open it anymore. That Among Us show was co-written by Brian David Gilbert. I missed that memo. From what I've heard, the story's decent. Yeah. I guess we'll find out when that game comes out. We'll find out if they did it. If it's good or not, that Resonance. It probably needs to be good, because they haven't had a good original FF story in a minute. I don't know. I guess some people liked 16. I didn't care for it. You were telling me before we started about an ARC book that you read recently that you said wasn't great.
Oh,
Have you read anything good recently?
Yeah, I'm reading The Magicians right.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, and that actually has been good. So there was for those who are not mega nerds, there was a sci-fi show 10 years ago called The Magicians, based off of a trilogy of books, the first of which is also called The Magicians. Second one is The Magician King. Third one is The Magician's Land. And the way I described it to my husband, who is definitely not reading these with me, is it's like if Hogwarts was college, and also they went to Narnia.
Sure.
And the show, so I saw the show 10 years ago, and I always, like, in the back of my brain was like, I should circle back and read those books. And I just, like, stumbled across them at the library last week and was like, yeah, I'm going to read those now. So the show ages them up, and when I started reading the books, I was like, oh, okay, so, and the show was subject to, like, the trend that happened around that time of, like, everything has to be dark and sexy. And the more I got into the book, the more I realized, actually, no, these books are dark. They're not as sexy as the show is, by any stretch of the imagination. But the books... But they're dark, like, kind of differently. Like, the show, because it's a show and has different constraints than a book does, and also they're the timelines are drastically different, and, like, events aren't happening in the same order. And in the show, you're getting the main male and main female, well, arguably main female, you're getting their stories at the same time in the show, whereas you read the first book and Chickadee is in there, like, maybe 3 times. And then you read the second book and you start cutting back and forth between, okay, here's present day and they're both doing things. And then also we're going to get a couple chapters of, like, how did we get here for her? Because she did not take the same path he did. And her, in the show, her story is definitely played pretty dark. I might argue that it is darker in the book, quite frankly. There's less, like... In the show, her search for magic, because she doesn't get into not Hogwarts, so she's got to go find magic elsewhere. And in the show, it's played almost like someone trying to feed a drug addiction, and the people that she's hanging in, they're like, it. So a lot of the people get that when you level up and you learn a new spell, you have to get a tattoo to denote that you have made the spell. Okay. But so all of them get them, like, on their arms, and they like, it looks like they're trying to be like, these are totally not track marks. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, it's just sketchy in the show, and it's equally sketchy in the book, but Julia does not play into that in the book the way that she does in the show. In the book, she's like, well, I still have to be a clean-cut American girl, and so I'm going to get them all on my back. Okay. Because I'm not going to track up my arms, you junkies. Like, and then she gets one... Your level 50 star is, like, bigger, and so she gets it on her neck. Even though on the rest of her back, she's got up to, like, level 200 something. But the 50, for some reason, is bigger than the rest of them, and so she gets that one on her neck. So anytime you're trying to go into a safe house, you have to show that you're allowed to be there. And so once she hits level 50, she's able to just, like, show her neck, and she doesn't have to take off her top off. Shirt. Yeah. Okay. So, and there's also, like, this whole other group of people in Julia's backstory that I don't remember anything about in the show. And I should note that I did not finish the show when I was watching it 10 years ago. I stopped at, like, season 2 or 3, and I've now been informed that there are 5 seasons, and I did not know that. so when I finish the books, I'm on the third one now, and when I finish it, I'm probably going to go back and watch more of the show. But some stuff happens in the book that I don't know how they're going to have happen without adding those people back in. So interesting to, there's just a lot. It's fine.
A quick check now that there are a couple more members in here. Check in, hey, John Haas and Barry Bonaboo. Can you guys use the stupid member emojis? Because half of Fan D said they weren't working. I know, Barry, you said that they weren't working during Summer Jeff Fest a week ago. I don't know what's going on. I checked internally to see if like I accidentally flipped the switch to disable them. Doesn't look that way. I don't know what's happening there. Thoughts on Persona 4 Revival and Persona 6 trailers? No thoughts on the Persona 4 Revival trailer. Persona 6 teaser was exactly what I expected, which is to say nothing. It was honestly less even than the Persona 5 tease from back in the day, and that was nothing. I've started reading a book called The Book That Wouldn't Burn, which is a fantasy novel. I wasn't going to start it, but basically I'm trying to write a new novel, as you know, and I think I've mentioned on the show before, and I'm really struggling. I've only written 2 pages of it so far, and it took me a while to figure that out. Somebody can. Cool.
Wow.
It's taken me a while to figure it out, and that's partially because I just spent a year and some change writing a different book with different people who I understand, and I got to a point where I could write them really fast and pretty easily. It's all streams and all emojis. Okay, well, at least it ain't my fault then. It's your fault somehow. I don't know what you did, but it's your fault. Come on, Jacob. What was I gonna say? While I was stuck trying to figure out, I like reconceptualized the opening chapter of this book multiple times and was like, oh, that isn't working, scrapped, and finally managed to write 2 decent pages and still got stuck. But in my effort to be like, okay, how am I going to open this book? I was like, I'm just going to reach for my shelf and read chapter 1 of like all these books that I bought and haven't read yet. So I read like chapter 1 of William Gibson's Neuromancer, which is the original work of cyberpunk fiction.
Hell yeah.
I read the first chapter of A Wizard of Earthsea. I read the first chapter of something else that I forget. And then I read I loved the first chapter of Neuromancer. I just got distracted and pulled away before I quite finished it. So I didn't technically finish that first chapter. I was really enjoying it. But I was like, I'm going to read 1 chapter of each of these books. And it was only the Book That Wouldn't Burn where I turned a page and I saw chapter 3 or 4. And I was like, oh, crud, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
Well, that probably indicates something. So now I've read a decent chunk of that.
Okay.
I'm only going to talk about this book briefly because I find it interesting the way that sometimes the things that on paper should be more interesting aren't as interesting as other stuff. How sometimes it's down to charisma and execution and other such things that make us really interested. So Book That Wouldn't Burn has 2 split character perspectives. The first character we're introduced to is a girl. I don't think they say her age at the beginning of the book. I just guessed from the description 9 to 12. Later they do say explicitly that she's 11.
Okay.
It's a girl who lives in a shitty village in the middle of nowhere.
Excellent.
With in the middle of a desert, I should say specifically.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of a desert, no resources, dusty all the time. She's fairly smart, just like seems like she has an intrinsically high IQ and she's very inquisitive. And the place is not like, it's not like everybody here can't speak, but it does seem like the whole place is illiterate. Like they speak English just fine, or whatever language they're supposed to be speaking in the setting. And they do trade with some other like desert settlements, but it's not a very sophisticated society. The village gets attacked by a group of, the book kind of describes them, think like kind of anthro wolves that are like 8 feet tall with swords. They seemingly kill everybody there. Our main character blacks out, so technically maybe some of them would survive, but the book does nothing to indicate that anybody survived. It certainly seems like they were all killed. Except for the children who are being led away. She wakes up like being dragged by her wrists.
Oh, yikes.
With the children being taken off by some of these wolves for unknown purposes. The only time we hear one of these wolves speak, well, the wolves speak English once or twice. They only speak a couple times. She does ask one of them, "Are you going to eat us?" Because she can't help herself. That's one of her character traits. Is she has to ask any questions she thinks of. "Are you going to eat us?" And the wolf says, like, "Are you good to eat?" Almost like sarcastically.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know. Are you? And then like it's like not really. And then they just continue. Then some humans on horses show up, save the kids. One of them dies in the scuffle. Drive the wolves off, and these human soldiers, a couple of them like escort our main characters to the city that is near here. It's like the city that I guess like has technically control over this desert, but there's nothing of value in the desert.
Okay.
Our main character, this girl, thinks that she saw the city once. She, like, one day when she ventured about a day's out from the village before coming back, she thought that she saw a ridge in the distance that was the city.
Okay.
She now realizes it was the opposite bank of a dried up ancient lake, and her whole conception of like what is big was just wrong. When she actually sees the city, which is like built into this mountain, she's like, oh yeah, I definitely never actually saw this place. And we're told that the city is here because the library is here. The library wasn't built in the city. There is something that is simply called the library, and it's so important that it's the reason the city was built there.
Okay.
And I won't get into any more than that. That's the first couple of chapters from her perspective. The other perspective is a young man, 20-something, who lives inside of a massive 2-mile wide, 1,500-acre library.
Whoa.
There are 4 doors, all of which are sealed and impossible to open. This guy's people have lived in this room forever. They don't know anything about anything. They don't know where they came from. They lived in this room.
How food?
There is a source of water in the room where they can grow crops.
Okay.
Also technically,
Light?
There are rats and cats. Light is constant. There are no shadows. The light, it's like as an air itself breathes light. There are no shadows in this environment of any kind.
I don't like that.
Light illuminates from all points.
I don't like that at all.
On the XYZ axis at all times.
I don't like that. That makes me very uncomfortable. At all times?
At all times.
Do they sleep?
Yeah. They have their own way of measuring time. The book doesn't actually get into it, but no, it never gets dark in this place.
I don't like it.
Our main characters, this is where like it gets like sci-fi fantasy complicated. One of the things in this setting, one of the only features in here is that often like a side reading room with like hundreds of desks, there is something that is simply called the mechanism. And if one person goes inside the mechanism with a book, they enter a VR simulation of that book. However, historically speaking, this device has malfunctioned 5 times, and it has just swallowed the person who went into it. Centuries ago, our main character got into it, and then many generations later, another kid got into it and didn't come out. Many generations later, another kid got in, didn't get out. 5 kids across multiple generations got into this thing and didn't get out, including the last one, who was a girl who like lived in this place with tons of people. Like there was a thriving, mid-sized society here.
In the library.
They were in the library.
Okay.
They were somehow attacked and wiped out by the same group of wolf people who attacked What's-Her-Face's place out in the desert. Unclear how they got in, but they somehow showed up and killed everybody one day. Last action of one of the a mom threw this girl into the mechanism in a thought to protect her. And then unknown amount of hundreds of years later, all 5 of these kids get spat out, and they're the last survivors of their race, and they're just in this room now. 4 of them.
5 is not enough to rebuild.
Well, there's also only one girl. And there's only been they've now been here for about 10 years. They have only 2 robots for companions who were not here when any of them went into the machine before. One of them is called the Assistant, and she can tell you, if you're like, hey, is there a book about this? She'll go, yes. Where is it? Fucked if I know. And there's also one called the Soldier, whose function is more straightforward. All of the kids who got sucked into the VR thing experienced like somewhere around a decade of time in the simulation of whatever book they went in with. Except for our main character, whose memory of both before the simulation and during the simulation is like total blank. He doesn't remember anything, and he didn't come out with any skills. The other ones who went in because they went in with specific books have all developed extremely sophisticated skills. One of them is a master psychologist. One of them is like an assassin sneaky guy. The girl is a soldier. There's another guy who was a skilled historian, except he went missing and presumably died like a couple months before the book started. And he's trapped in this room. And they're all trapped in this room, and they don't know how they got there. is the library that the girl in the desert is being told this city is built around, is it the same library as the library that these guys are stuck inside, that they have no way in and out of?
That would be crazy.
Are they different libraries?
It'd be crazier if they were different.
Are they attached somehow? What's going on? Also, another hook is like pretty quickly, because there's also monsters in the library, kind of. There are now monsters that are, the mechanism is starting to malfunction, and monsters they're calling escapes keep leaking out, and they have to kill them. And in the process of hunting and killing one of these, our main character finds a book with no label on it that really gets his attention. And other character snatches it first and goes, this is written in a language we don't know. The assistant taught them like dozens of languages to read all the books that are in the library. It's like, this is a language we don't know, whatever. If you're so interested in it, you can keep it. He tosses it back to our main character. And he opens it up, and even though it is in a language he has never been taught before, he can read it. And the first page says, his name is Evar. The first page says, Evar, ! Don't turn the page. I'm in the exchange. Meet me at the bottom with no like period or comma or anything at the end of that sentence. So here's the thing. The guy's storyline, mysterious setting, magic shit, weird magic book, possibly from the future or the past, who knows, with a message for him. To me, at least, way less interesting than the girl in the desert.
Yeah.
And it's because the girl in the desert's personality is just that strong. Her internal monologue and her way of looking at the world and how she talks to characters was just so much more immediately engaging to me than this dude trying to solve mysteries and figure out how to get out of this room. Not that those parts of the book have been bad.
Yeah.
I would say they have gotten better as it's gone on. I'm now, I think, close to 200 pages in.
Okay, yeah.
But when I've been reading it late at night, my method has been, if I turn the page and it's one of his chapters, that's when I go to sleep. But that's been good so far. I've been enjoying it. I haven't finished it, so I can't firmly recommend it yet. But like I said, I'm now 200 pages in, and it's fun. I'm enjoying it. But I think that's enough. We had 22 people in here, and then we weren't. Oh, there's 22 people again. They came back. A minute ago, it went down. I was afraid it's because we're talking about books, and people don't give a shit about that. But it's fine.
Love.
I like books. I still think doing the Jacob and Aiden Can Read podcast might be a good idea.
I do be reading.
I'm so used to on that main menu having to hit O because that's the default mapping. Because it's a Japanese game from the 90s, and I always remap it to X once I'm in the game, but you can't remap it on the main menu because it's based by save file. I keep forgetting I don't have to do that with this port. So, last time around, you may recall, we went into the Gold Saucer, but we couldn't save because we had to use the funny money of the Gold Saucer, and we were too poor.
Yep.
So after you left, I kept playing for a minute. If people watched the stream after that, they may recall that I was literally like, where can we go to make some funny money so I can save the game? And I was like, okay, this is the room that has all the mini games. I'll go there, but I'm pretty sure. And then I hop out of the room, and there's a story character standing there who runs over to Cloud to start talking to him, and I just turned the game off. So I reloaded the save from where we last saved, which was back on like the train tracks coming into this coal mining town. Just redid everything that we did before. I actually did it better because you may remember like there's that bit where you have to fall and mash the button to like get a treasure. I looked up what the best treasures were and actually got them.
Oh, perfect.
And then I did most of the cutscenes here, and I saved. We are gonna have to watch the FMV of going back up the cable car to the Gold Saucer, but that's it. Come on, Barret, don't be so glum. Just because all of these people said that it's your fault that the town burned down and everything is terrible. What are you so sad about, man? Stop being so mopey. Let's all go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I just kind of recapped what happened last time, but Aiden, do you vaguely remember what happened last time? Did, last time
We did
the parade.
Oh, yeah, we did do that, too.
Rufus's parade. We got on a boat, and Sephiroth showed up, and he attacked us with like a Genova monster. Then we went to the beach.
Yes.
We went to the beach.
And the icky scientist was there with women all around.
Yes, the icky scientist was there with women all around, and who thought like, he was in a lab coat, so that makes him hot and sophisticated.
Yep.
And then, yeah, we went to Corel, where everybody hates Barret and says it's his fault that happened. And we got a bit of a flashback where we learned that only Barret's best friend, Dine, opposed the installation of a Mako reactor. And then there was some kind of industrial accident. And I think we already learned this. I'm pretty sure he literally explained last time. And if not, it'll be explained to us in like 20 minutes. That
This is sounding familiar.
There was an industrial accident, and Shinra seemingly didn't want witnesses, so they literally just came back in and killed a shitload of people. Unclear who the people in that town are, because it sure seemed like Shinra killed everybody in Corel, but whatever. Who cares? Gotta go, but have a good stream, says John Haas.
Bye.
The VOD will be here later. See you next time.
Look at that.
What are you looking at? The giant...
Fat bird.
Oh, the Chocobo mascot. I need the single 3,000. I don't have 30,000 gil. With the gold saucer, your tickets become invalid. Well, then I guess we won't leave. Many places where you must use GP. GP limit is 10,000, so please be careful. I can't imagine we're gonna get 10,000 GP at any point in this whole function. What are my buttons again for cheats? All right, L3 for speed up, R2 for limit breaks active, and both of them for no encounters. Okay. Wow, let's have fun. I know this isn't the right time to do this. Hey, Barret, cheer up. I ain't in no cheering mood, just leave me alone. That's too bad. Let's go. Wasn't that a little harsh, Aerith? You really think you should act like that around him right now? It's best to act like things are normal when people are upset. Of course. We're gonna go play. Don't forget we're after Sephiroth. And then he jumped into his own hole to go play. Let's go together, Tifa. Alrighty. Wish we could just forget everything and have fun. I'm hanging out with Tifa. Want to go with me? Nah, Red, you can go with one of the other ladies. No, Yuffie, I don't know you that well. Gonna hang out with Tifa. We haven't really had time since, her bar got blown up. Hey, you! What are you looking so down? Oh, how am I gonna voice this guy? Am I gonna try and do the accent?
Is it the...
I'm gonna try and do the accent.
Is it the cat that we're talking to there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, you! What are you looking so down for?
Is it piloting something?
How about it? Want me to read your fortune? A bright future, a happy future. Oh, but don't hold it against me if it doesn't come true. Oh, so sorry. I'm a fortune-telling machine. The name's... Catchy. Or Kate Sith, as everybody incorrectly pronounced it when they played it in the 90s, and as they kept the pronunciation in the English dub, because that's what everybody calls them anyway, even though the correct pronunciation of this is Catchy, as I'm sure you probably know, because you know some folklore stuff, don't you?
I don't think I would have gotten the second part right, but I would have the first.
Now, Aiden, look at that cat. Does that cat look familiar to you?
Yeah.
Where have you seen that cat before?
At the end of...
9/11?
Yeah, basically. Where it just, was randomly there, and we went, huh?
So in the remake playthrough, at one point, because I remember, I pointed out, you can buy, music discs for, themes. Some of them are just remixes of themes that are already in this game, and some of them are themes that we wouldn't naturally hear in Part 1 of Remake. So, we could buy Yuffie's theme at one point, even though she wasn't in that game. We could also buy a disc that was Kate Sith's theme. And when that happened, it was a cat with little funny white markings, and he had a little crown on. And I was like, Aiden, I want you to remember this cat. I want you to lock this cat in your memory. And then you said, oh, okay, he's got a funny little hat and a cape. And I went, oh, he funny, all right. And then many episodes later, many sessions later, after the shit went down at Sector 7, I said, Aiden, do you remember many episodes ago when I told you to remember a cat? And you went, absolutely not. What are you talking about?
That sounds like me.
Personally, those two are some of my favorite highlights of the entire remake playthrough. So yes, Kate Sith is a little cat riding on top of a big Moogle.
Okay.
It doesn't look like normal Moogle designs.
No.
It's specifically like a Moogle mascot for the gold saucer. The tram came out of a weird big mouth a second ago, the cable car, I should say, and it's a Moogle like this Moogle.
Okay.
Select. I'd have to go listen to some.
Is that also a big guy back there by the light pole?
Oh yeah, that's just a dude. That's just how dudes look in the world of Final Fantasy.
Okay, I guess the other ones in the back look smaller because they're further away.
I think we only see their feet right now.
Well, when the thing wasn't there.
Sure. Can you only read the future? You're kidding. I can find missing things, missing people, anything. Can you tell me where a man named Sephiroth is? Sephiroth. Right. Okay, here goes. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, ha-doop-a-doo-doo, ba-ba-ba-ba, do-do-do-do-do. And then a little piece of paper came out. Ordinary luck. It will be an active fortune. Give into the goodwill of others, and something big will happen after summer. Wait, hold on. To be clear, because we've talked about how the localization of this game is not great, this is meant to be abject gibberish.
Okay.
Huh? Oh, let me try again. It just actually is just like his little fortune-telling machine spat out nonsense. Spat out nonsense horoscope bullcrap. Be careful of forgetfulness. Your lucky color is blue? Forget it. Wait, give me another chance. Wait, let me try again. Another fortune, quickly. Higher speed. What the? What does it say? What you pursue will be yours, but you will lose something dear. I don't know if that's good or bad. That's the first time I've ever got something like this. Then shall we? Excuse me? Being a fortune teller, this is gonna bug me. If I don't see how it turns out, I'll never be able to relax. So, I'm going with you.
Oh, great.
Is that all right, Cloud? I'm coming with you no matter what you say. Hey! And now Kate Sith is in our party.
Wow.
What a guy. What a guy. Kate Sith plays weird in this game. I mean, I guess any character in this game can be made to play however you want through the materia system, but there's just not much reason to use Kate Sith, if I'm being honest. His limit breaks are funky. His limit breaks all have to do with gambling and rolling dice. And like basically if you use his limit breaks, it like rolls dice, and then what comes up is the move that he does. And he can have some amazing moves.
Okay.
You can also roll, I believe, Snake Eyes, and it automatically kills your party.
What? Oh man. All right, well.
Leaning a little more Irish, yeah, I know. I'm not, this accent's not great. I'd have to go listen to the Kate Sith actor and like really nail it, but it's been a while. I did not think at all about prepping for this. I totally forgot. Be careful of forgetfulness and I will never be a memory go hand in hand. Sephiroth is behind this. I'll never be a memory is a line from the movie. Has been practicing before stream? Absolutely not. Kate Sith is the linchpin of speedruns. Well, we ain't speedrunning, are we? He's banned from any percent. His limit break is too good. Tifa's limit break is a slot machine, so he fits in just fine. This is true. Jacob, how do you know the next time you use his limit break won't be the time you make it big? 99% of gamblers quit before hitting it big. You're right. Let's see here. Probably told you at the entrance, but most of the attractions at Gold Saucer only take GP. They don't sell GP. You can only win them from the Wonder Square games or the Chocobo races. We went to the Wonder Square. That's where I went to make GP last time, and didn't work. Coming soon, new attraction, says the TV station. Well, what kind of new attraction? Oh, it said Midnight Express. The name did come up, just took too long. So what do we got here? We got all kinds of mini games here. You have 0 GP. You have zero girl points. And I need to earn GP first. So what do we got here? Oh, we got Super Dunk, basketball game. 1 game for 200 gil. Hold O to gain strength and release O to shoot. I'm sure I can figure it out. Oh. Way too strong. Oh man, it's 200 a shoot? That's crazy. No, too weak. I'm too weak. Cloud, didn't they teach you how to do this in soldier training? Come on. They taught you how to
They
like.
don't have any kind of meter or anything.
Nope.
So.
Just got a pure vibe based.
I would hate this.
They taught this dude how to like vogue, but they in soldier, but they did not teach him how to dunk. I'm too weak. No, I'm blowing through all of my money. So when I played this with Joey, we literally didn't bother with any of these. But since we're also skipping almost all random encounters, not all, but we're skipping a lot of them, I figure we still won't lose that much time by futzing around with some of these, since I literally didn't do any of these in our playthrough from so long ago.
Oh!
Does that count? Yay! Oh shit, I didn't realize I got to go again! I thought I was backing out! I just pressed O! I received 1 GP for my 600 gil that I spent on that. What else have they got around here? Oh, I know what they've got. They've got... Bam, 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 bam. Oh man, I gotta scream. They've got a bike minigame. This is where you can replay the bike escape from the beginning of the game.
Oh. That's kind of fun.
Because this is a very expensive sequence. I'm not just gonna let you do it once. Come on, why wouldn't you let people play it again and get a high score?
Yeah. Oh, same music again and everything.
Yep. Come on, come on. It's been a little while since I played this. Whoa, oh, 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 come on. There you go. You can do it. You can do it, Cloud. Come on. Whee! Go away. Wahoo! I'm doing pretty good at this. I'm pretty good at this video game. Come on.
I know!
No, 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 no. Don't hurt the truck. Stop.
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh.
My question is like, so, I mean, obviously there's no actual explanation, but the fact that this is based on a high-speed motorcycle chase after this specific truck on this specific highway makes me think, like, this is if there was a video game in real, like, if, like, the equivalent is if in real life there was an arcade game about the O.J. Simpson chase. It's like, oh, this is the big news about these people just screaming down the highway, I guess. I guess everybody knows about it, and they made a video game adaptation.
I saw a comic recently, or I saw a part of a comic. I don't know if it's finished. It probably is finished now. But the premise was like this kid finds there's like a new cabinet at the arcade he goes to, and it takes him a really long time to get good at it, basically to beat the game. And the morning after he beats the game, on the news, so the premise of the game is you are like a guy and you've got to fight your way up to the top of this tower to
Damn it, I'm losing so many points!
To get hella
oh my God.
coptered out of the tower, and the tower is obviously populated by like zombies and monsters, so you have to fight to get to the top of the tower.
Audio's a little low?
For
me,
me,
audio a little low. Yeah, I can fix that.
Just also be louder. But
I can also just boost the mic. Only 2 GP for that.
Man, yeah, it's gonna take a while to get 10,000 GP in here.
Sorry,
so after the kid beats the game and gets to the top of the tower for the first time, and he's been, keep in mind, playing this game over like months, has been trying to get to the top of the tower. And the morning after he finally gets to the top of the tower, there's like a thing on the news of like this guy who looks suspiciously like your character avatar is arrested after like killing everyone in an office building and trying to jump off the roof.
Okay, cool.
And the kid's like,
I'm just gonna mash through this because we talked to him last time. Continue.
oh yeah. The kid's like, what the hell? And goes back to the arcade, and the cabinet sure is not there anymore. And somehow, I don't remember exactly how it ties in, but you then see a story of like these abandoned cabinets, one of which was this game that this kid played. Like a circle of them showing up in an abandoned warehouse.
Okay.
And all of them are like just completely destroyed.
Spooky.
Yeah, and I should, I guess, go try and find it again to see how it ended, because I was like, this is a really neat premise, and I want to know what the heck's happening here.
It's probably fine anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully she sounds a little better now. Sorry, continue.
But I did not finish it because I was just reading what was published at the time.
There's a bunch of stuff around the gold saucer. Only some
my
of it is
gosh,
active now. So yeah,
big.
So that's a weird. There's 2 designs for Moogles in this world. There's like, we see the one like the small ones on top of him, which are a little closer to normal Moogles, and then there's these big Moogles that are also just called Moogles. But the only one we ever see is the one that Kate Sith is riding on top of. And I will tell you right now, it's like an audio animatronic. It's like a robot. It's not a natural Moogle. It's it's like a robotic mascot of this theme park.
Okay.
It's a problem. Can't you see we want to be alone? So yeah, there is a stage show at this theme park, but it's not active right now. There's some stuff to do here, but a lot of it is not currently active. Obviously, we could play the arcade games, and I think there's one other thing we can do right now that I also never did with Joey. I can't remember. You might have to spend GP to do it, though. I've got, what, 3 GP?
Yeah.
It's right past where we met with Dio. It's the roller coaster. You can see all the tracks up there.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Come on, Cloud. Go down that really, really long hallway. No, Cloud.
Okay, we're still at the end of the hallway.
Yes. Here are the rules for this attraction. Yes. I forgot. Press O to shoot. No, no, stop. $10 GP.
No.
Nope, never mind. We're not doing that then. Out of here. Do that some other time. I'm not super concerned about grinding GP and doing the GP stuff at this, but you know, I didn't do it at all in the previous playthrough, so maybe we'll do some of it here. I finally got 5,000 points. Wow, you're so wonderful. Man, I finally got a prize. A single prize. So we were invited by Dio to go. We were asking because we're trying to. He asked if we knew what black materia was because another young man about our age wearing a cloak came by asking about black materia. I wonder if that was something that all young men are into. But I just went through the hotel called the door that said hotel on it.
And now it's a graveyard. Okay.
Thank you for coming to the Ghost Hotel. Oh, for reservations, please step up to the counter. Ooh.
That ghost, its little tail is flicking like a cat.
Yeah.
Cracking me up. I like that.
There's a weird devil face on the wall back here.
Oh my gosh.
There's a flower
the
dancing.
Big skulls?
Skulls. This is a themed hotel, like what you would see at Disneyland. There's no one working the shop. Oh, no! There's the cashier. The cashier also is a stuntman, apparently.
Mr. Hangman.
They literally pay stuntmen just to work the you know,
oh my gosh,
the convenience desk at the hotel. That's crazy. See you later.
Oh,
it's like an It's our most popular employee, Mr. Hangman. Welcome. 5 GP a night.
Nope.
I don't even have it. Oh my god, dude. This place is gonna go broke. I can't even, like, if I could just buy GP with money, I would understand it.
So all of those, those are like the tubes that you would use.
Yes, so if I go here.
Okay.
Whee!
Oh my gosh. Oh, all the people are gone.
They're all gone. I guess they all went off to explore separately. Okay. What's Chocobo Square, though?
There's guys.
There's a bunch of guys.
There.
What? Shh. Shinra soldiers, even here. Attention, dismissed. And off they go. They're up to something.
Hope they're not looking for Aerith.
Hopefully not. I'm more interested in Chocobos anyway right now. Chocobo racing, it says. Ooh, hello. Who are you? I don't think the Cloud could get through a conversation with a woman dressed like this. Welcome to Chocobo racing. Would you like to buy some Chocobo tickets? Explain it to me. Chocobo races run on a virtual course. Natural scenery you see in the race doesn't really exist. You pick which Chocobo will finish first and second here, and then buy the appropriate tickets. If the ticket you purchase is the winner, you'll receive a ticket for an item that will be listed at the panel. Exchange your tickets for items or GP at the exchange counter. Gambling. Well, perhaps we'll do this later. I just wanted to walk around and, like, show everything off. Mm-hmm. But, like I said before, Dio, after he was talking about the black materia, said, you should swing by the battle arena. Okay. I've got to collect, that's where I also have my collection of all my weird stuff that I've collected, because I'm Dio and I run the gold saucer.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did that guy just...
He's just keeled over.
Oh my gosh. Hello? Oh, I forgot we had the cat
Yeah,
with
I
us.
know, right? Didn't you? dead.
Jeez.
What?
Just deceased right in front of us.
Just had a heart attack and died, I guess. He was just standing up, and then suddenly he wasn't.
And we're just racing off? Okay, all right.
Whee! Gotta go investigate. Gotta go investigate crimes against the people who we've killed many of ourselves.
Yeah. Oh my god, they're all dead. Jesus.
Did Sephiroth do this? This is Cloud's favorite sentence. No, this isn't him. They're all shot. Sephiroth would never use a gun. Hey, what happened? A man with a gun on his arm.
Barret?
A gun on his arm? Hold it right there and stay quiet.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's Big Boy Daddy Man Dio-chan. Did you do this? No, it wasn't us. It was like this when we got here, I swear. I must have been wrong. Hurry and run, it's gonna get ugly, says Kate Sith. Hey, stop them!
Why would you run if you're ever innocent?
Kate Sith is stupid and causing problems.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This seems...
That's as far as you go. Wait, listen to... Cloud? There's a big robot back here. Oh, there's multiple big robots.
Oh no, are you gonna have to fight with Kate Sith?
One more to go. Yes, with no punctuation. Hey, pay attention! I don't need to hear it. Pay for your crime. Down below. Do it. Yes, again with no punctuation. I wonder if the localizer thought that was literally just like, yes.
Gateway to heaven was around the hole we just got dumped through.
I wonder if the localizer thought that yes was like a prompt in a menu, so it didn't need a period. Cloud, are you all right? Where are we? A desert prison. Corel prison. A desert prison. Yup, a natural prison in the middle of the desert, surrounded entirely by quicksand. I heard once you get in, you never get out. But there was one special exception. Was it Sephiroth? Barret? Barret, did you kill a bunch of Cinder soldiers, which we've been doing the whole time? Stay back. This is something I gotta deal with. Just leave me alone.
Who, is there a dead man there
Looks like
also?
Whew, that's one of your friends. Sure looks dangerous. Barret. This one's been shot too. Barret would never kill a man. Haha! This guy stole money from me, I'm pretty sure. I think he's just following me around. Never mind, he's just following me around. You just can't get enough of Cloud's sweet, sweet ass. Those guys only tell lies. Only lies. Not one of them will tell you the truth. Talk with them a couple of times and you'll get sick of them. This place is heaven. This place is heaven. This place is heaven. A man with a gun on his arm? Never heard of him. You want to see the boss? Go southwest and you'll meet him. Okay, whatever. Would this dude stop following me? Gonna have to kill him with my big sword. Oh no, it's a town zone, but we're still vulnerable to attack because it's a shitty prison town.
What the hell are those?
I don't know, some kind of evil faces. Some kind of faces of evil, even.
That Moogle ready to tussle. Look at him bouncing.
Did I? I guess I took, Assess off. Or maybe it's on one of the other characters. It's probably on one of the other characters who isn't here anymore. Go punch. Kabow. Easy. Punch that one. Woohoo! Easy peasy. So my assumption was always that this was the remains of a town Shinra burned down, and the one up north is a ramshackle replacement that the survivors put together. I believe that's correct, because in a second we're going to do another Barret flashback, and we're literally standing inside the building where the flashback takes place. I'm pretty sure anyway. I'm pretty sure in this building we're going to flash back, and it's going to be this room. So I think you're correct. This is the burned down prison, or rather the burned downtown, and now it's a dump prison. Didn't I tell you not to come here? Just hold on a second. We just want to talk. You'll understand if you hear us out. Barret's shooting at us! How could he be so evil? It was another guy. It was the guy behind the sofa who he shot at. Didn't want none of you to get involved. Hey, that's Cloud's line. It's too dangerous. I can't get in. You can't get in. I can't get you involved. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're already involved in this. We saw you and hurried here. Barret, just tell us what's going on. You guys. And he wipes a tear from his eye. I heard the murders at the battle arena were done by a man with a gun arm. Was that you? There's another man. They got a gun grafted into one of his arms. It was 4 years ago. He has a rival! Barret has a rival! I remember. I was on my way home from visiting a Mako reactor being built. Barret, Dine, come quick. The village is being attacked. It's Shinra soldiers. What?
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's a little unclear because this makes it look like more like it's up in the mountains where there is vegetation and not in the desert surrounded by quicksand. Even though, again, I'm pretty sure the assets, I think the room we were just standing in is the room where we earlier saw Barret having a town meeting. And the remake will definitively say that the town up in the mountains at the end of the tracks is the town that got burned down. They're a little confused about it in this game.
Okay.
What the hell happened? It's pretty rough. It's no good over there.
Barret freaking out.
Yeah, I know. It's his hometown being burned down. His wife's over there somewhere. As again, briefly mentioned last time in that flashback that he has a wife. Barret, it's not over yet. Everyone's waiting. Let's go back to the village. Barret, Dine, protect the village. Nope, too late. It's a little bit silly for this serious moment that he's magically dancing around all of the bullets. But the thing is, it can't be like a choreographed action scene because it has to go on forever until I hit the button to continue. Barret, we gotta hurry. Whee! They can't hit anything. Barret is he's bigger than the broadside of a barn.
Scarlet.
You can shoot all day and never hit them with aim like that. Haha, stop playing around. And cover me. Watch out! Now Scarlet's shooting herself. That's how evil she is. She wants to get in on the action. Listen to me. You're coming back to the village, you hear? Yeah, I ain't letting go. You're coming back. Everyone's waiting for you. Eleanor and Marlene, they're all waiting for us. Use my right arm no more. I was depressed for a while. I also would be depressed if I couldn't use my right arm for a while.
You were traumatized for a while.
Then I threw away my artificial arm and got this gun grafted in. Got a new right arm to get revenge on the Shinra, who took everything away. Back then, I heard the doc say there was another man who got the same operation as me, but it was his left arm. But Dine's injury was the same as yours, right? Yeah, that's right. He was deceived by Shinra, too. He'll probably join us and fight against the Shinra. I guess you meant his offense was the reason he got injured was the same way. Dine also got shot. Because Dine, even though he fell into a cavern, we're now implying, because he was holding Barret's right arm with his left arm.
Okay.
So when he said there was another man who got the same operation, we're suggesting that maybe his arm was also mangled beyond use when their hands were shot apart like that. Wouldn't bet on it. Gotta apologize to Dine before I can rest in peace. That's why I gotta go alone. Do whatever you want. Is that what you want to hear? Well, I can't let you do it. We need you to save the planet. Barret, this isn't the end. Weren't you gonna save the planet? Damn, Tifa, you ought to know by now, of course. Alright, it's alright. I'm not so different from you. I guess in terms of, like, I also lost my hometown to Shinra burning it down. It's easier, that's easier to understand. It's you, Barret. Oh, well, we're gonna just, whatever. Assume it was written better. So there it is, Barret. I guess it'll be Barret and me and, well, Tifa's already equipped, so I'm gonna go with that. What does Barret have on him right now? The answer's nothing. Let's go ahead and fix that. Let's see here. Who's got anything? Oh, Yuffie was the one who was equipped. Okay. Let's see. What does Barret need? Barret needs... Yeah, hold on. I forgot how to do this. Sorry. He needs to take Aerith's cure materia. Or sorry, Tifa's cure. God, Yuffie's cure materia. And...
Keep calling women by the wrong names. They're gonna get mad. Got too many love interests.
I suppose so. Barret's a love interest too. Come on, let's not pretend. Shall I go with you? No. I just want to say hi. I just want to say howdy doody. What do they have to say for themselves? Fortune's good. Everything is perfect.
You don't know.
The last fortune you gave us was not good. I wonder if Dyne will join us. Let's go. You're playing wrong if you don't always have Kate Sith in your party. Whatever you say, Ninja Bunny. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to remember if there's anything worthwhile to, like, see futzing around in the prison. I think we can probably just blast on. Rookie, you gotta buy something. Yep, those are the rules here. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and turn off random encounters and blast on to where we need to be for the purposes of our time, the viewer's time, etc. I'm also gonna save because we haven't done that since we got out of the gold saucer, or since we started our session today, I should say. Did you react to the KH4 trailer? Nope, was not streaming the Nintendo Direct. We discussed the trailer at the beginning of this stream, though. If you want to back up to the beginning, we talked about it for 5 or 10 minutes. On we go. We got to go out, actually back the way that we came, because there's a new, fresh, dead body. This one's been shot, too. Out into the desert.
Who is that? Is that the man we're chasing?
I don't know.
He's not dead, so
Who are you?
that's something.
The boss is really in a bad mood today, or was it one of his better days? He has nothing of value to say to us. I'm pretty sure we literally, even though there's not a red arrow, I think we literally just need to run until, yep, okay. So, I forget if there's like a trick to this, like you have to go left and right and up and down like in certain directions. I think I'm just gonna, with random encounters turned off, yeah, okay, we're fine. So you can encounter some pretty bad nasties out in the desert there, but with random encounters turned off, it won't take us too long to get where we're going, I don't think. I think we gotta go here. Yep, that's right. All right, here we go. Barret. Oh, sorry, Don. Is that you? Listen, it started with the word Barret. I don't know. Like, my brain skips sometimes, okay? Now that's a voice I haven't heard in years. A voice I'll never forget. I always hoped I'd be able to see you again someday. I knew you were alive somewhere. We had the same operation. Listen, Don, I wanna...
Is he pointing his gun?
Yeah, he was pointing his gun at Barret. I can hear a voice. What's that? Huh? It's Eleanor's voice, begging me not to hate your rotten guts. That's why I never hunted you down. I know I was stupid. I'm not asking you to forgive me. But what are you doing in a place like this? Why you want to kill people who ain't even involved? He literally killed Shinra soldiers. I mean, he did kill a couple of other random people, but he literally shot Shinra soldiers. This whole story, there's some elements of the storyline that are really cool and that I like, but it's a little silly. It's like, Barret wouldn't shoot all those guys. He's bad. Why'd this bad guy shoot all those people? Who we've killed dozens of soldiers. Why? The hell do you care? You think the dead understand why? Is here in Shinra's excuses gonna make the people in Corel understand anything? I don't care about reasons. All they give us is artillery and stupid excuses. What's left is a world of empty despair and emptiness.
Okay.
So want to hear why? All right, I'll tell you. Because I want to destroy everything. The people in this city. The city itself. The whole world. I guess he's not doing cutscene damage. He's doing normal battle damage when he shoots at Barret and he flinches. Got nothing left in the world. Corel, Eleanor, Marlene. Don, Marlene's still alive. I went back into town. I thought she was gone for sure. I wandered around town for a while. That's when I found her. Found Marlene. She's in Midgar. Let's go see her together, all right? So, she's still alive? All right, Barret. Then I guess you and me gotta fight. What? Eleanor's all by herself. I gotta take Marlene to her. Eleanor's dead.
Okay, thank you.
There's 2 graves back behind him. He's got two mounds of dirt with 2 crosses stabbed into them. Presumably there were no actual bodies because the town burned down, and by the time that he got back there, the fire would have been long since over because he fell into that ravine and somehow mysteriously survived. Since we kind of it's been a while since the last stream, I don't remember. I was waiting to go into detail because I didn't remember how much was covered last time and how much would be covered this time. But they were coming back. The town is already being firebombed. He said artillery, so I don't know if guys went in with flamethrowers or if they literally bombed it. Unclear.
Okay.
But the town burned down, limited survivors.
Okay.
Barret and Dine were found by those soldiers who were chasing that other guy who was running away from the town. And they were shot at. Barret was severely injured, and Dine fell into a ravine, presumably died. Barret got away from those soldiers, got back to town to try and see if anybody was still alive, even though he was injured. His wife was already dead. Dine's wife, Eleanor, was already dead. However, he found Marlene miraculously still alive.
Okay.
At this point, she was less than 6 months old, I think.
Holy cow.
Yes. And so he adopted her and has been raising her for the last 4-ish years.
Yeah.
And so Marlene does not know Barret isn't her father and doesn't know about Dine and doesn't know about Eleanor because she's too young and Barret hasn't explained it to her. So that is finally very early on in the game mystery. Barrett's child is very white.
Yeah.
Now we've got to the bottom of it. But yeah, so that's the translation here is not great. However, Eleanor's all alone. I'm gonna send Marlene to her. Comes through pretty clear. Are you crazy? Pretty obviously. Marlene wants to see her mom, don't she? Stop it, Dine. I can't die yet. Oh yeah? Well, my life's been over ever since then.
Well, if you kill him, you can't go find Marlene, you doofus.
Cloud, you stay the hell out of it. This is my problem. Oh, I should have given him I did give him a summon. I gave him whatever summon Aerith had. Oh, he doesn't even have a gun! He has the wrecking ball. He's gotta punch Dine. The rival battle, he's just using his wrecking ball punch. Oops. No, summon. Yeah. Here. Dine, maybe this'll cheer you up. Make you stop acting so crazy. What if I attacked you with a cool Moogle and a Chocobo?
Boom.
Super appropriate for the tone this fight is supposed to have.
Yep.
Ouch. How much did that do? 100? That was 160. It also cost almost no MP. How much does a standard attack do? Almost as much as summoning the Chocobo and the Moogle does. RPGs are so great.
Yep.
I love turn-based RPGs and how they constantly ask you to make interesting, nuanced decisions. How about Bolt 2? Does that do more damage? There we go. That did kind of some damage. How awkward a convo would it be if Marlene had survived the fire but died in the plate drop?
Yeah.
Oh, Chocobo and Moogle, I just realized. I was like, why isn't Dine attacking? Chocobo and Moogle has a random chance to inflict stop.
Oh.
Dine isn't immune to stop.
Nice.
Sorry, Dine. This just became really, really funny. I'm really sorry about this. Show him you don't need a gun to kill him, just a big mace. Yeah, okay, now he's back. Ouch. Now's your chance to be a big shot.
Oh. Boom.
Ugh. Dine took 2 turns. Yay! I leveled up. I killed my best friend, and I leveled up from it. Back! I didn't just lose an arm back then. I lost something irreplaceable. I don't know where it went wrong. Don, I don't know either, man. Is this the only way we can resolve this? Excuse me. I told you, I want to destroy everything. Everything. This crazy world. Even me. And what about Marlene? What's gonna happen to her? Think about it, Barret. How old was Marlene back then? Even if I did go see her, she wouldn't even know me. And what's more, Barret, my hands are too stained to carry her anymore. Barret. Give that pendant to Marlene. It was Eleanor's. My wife's. A memento. All right. So, Marlene's already 4. Barret, don't you ever make her cry. Don? Don!
Oh.
Yeah. He survived falling into a ravine once, but this one definitely killed him.
Okay.
Committed suicide.
Jesus.
This is a pretty short arc, and I don't think it's handled great in this game or in Rebirth. But in abstract, I think neither of them reaches what this could have been.
Yeah.
Of like this dark mirror, right?
Yeah.
For Barret, of a guy who lost everything, and Barret in his own way. Like when we meet him, and he's got this like righteous anger in him of like, this is the right thing. We're saving the planet.
Yeah.
When you learn all of this stuff, you're like, actually, he's just taking out his anger.
Yeah.
He's getting revenge.
Yeah.
Like, sure, he cares about the planet. Sure, Shinra are evil and they did crimes. But maybe he's not quite as like high-minded as he seems. And there's a certain level of guilt, and like he let the wolves into his house in his hometown, and he blames himself for that, probably more than he should. One thing that's never fully explained in this game or in the remake is that everybody in town was cool with putting in the reactors except for Dine, but for some reason everyone blames Barret. Maybe he just really argued for it off screen and we didn't get to see it. It's a little unclear, but the idea that, but Barret did find some semblance of humanity by rescuing Marlene, raising her, by meeting Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse, and by meeting Tifa, whereas Dine just spiraled out of control.
Yeah.
And presumably, from the rack of guns sitting in this bombed-out house and the 2 graves, has just been sitting here with 2 fake graves that he made that don't have bodies in them.
Yeah.
And has just been stewing on this for 4 years.
Yeah.
And in a way, Dine's like, I'm going to burn everything down and take myself out. It's like, is it, I mean, obviously it is way further than Barrett's, like, focused revenge mission. But again, I think there's something here, and I was really hopeful that they would, like, bring this home and execute it super well in Rebirth. It's fine in Rebirth, but I would say it doesn't, like, get...
It didn't do what it could be.
It doesn't do what it could be. There were a lot of people who were like, oh, this is terrible. And I was like, I want these people to go back and watch the original scene and see that this is really about on the same level of the original scene.
Yeah.
This was one area where I really hoped they would execute like a solid glow up in Rebirth, and they kind of didn't. But whatever, it's okay. This works in abstract. Execution leaves a little something lacking. Me and you are the same. My hands ain't any cleaner. I shouldn't carry Marlene either.
Okay.
He has also killed a shitload of people.
I mean, yeah. I just the
Erg is a choice, not or why or no.
Yeah.
Mr. Coates. So I don't know where this came. I don't know where this name comes from. I don't know what the translation is. In Rebirth, his name is Gus. Gus. And in fact, you know what? Hold on. We need to do something.
Okay.
We need to do something important real fast.
Okay.
Just 1 second.
Should I be? How concerned should I?
You shouldn't be concerned. Don't worry about it.
Okie doke.
You shouldn't be concerned about it. Don't worry about that. Let's see here. Where is it? Come on. Where is it? Hold on. We just got to take a quick break. We got to take a quick break because this nothing character receives more of a glow up than Dine does in Rebirth. So this song is playing the whole time he's on screen, and like in between his lines, he's scatting and bebopping
Freudian
and
slip?
spinning around. No, no, he's scatting and bebopping and spinning around and doing like finger guns for no reason. The song also has multiple remixes.
It's funky.
It is. It's called the Gus Funk. Oh, okay. This is so pointless. Like there's like you're like, oh, this guy must get like allotted play.
No.
No. He just has he has a whole 2 scenes, and one of them has this song playing.
Excellent. I don't know why I'm yawning so much, guys. I'm so sorry.
Nah, it's fine.
I actually got a full 8 hours, even though I went to sleep way later than I should have. Mm-hmm. But I just got up later because I didn't have, like, the only actual time commitment I had today was at noon.
These things happen to the best of us.
So it was fine. And I needed to have the project that I was working on done by that noon time commitment. Mm-hmm. And I did. And I still got 8 hours. And it was fine.
Rebirth has maybe 150 songs in its soundtrack. Oh, it's got way more than that.
That's
Context
wild!
sensitive. It's got way more than that once you include, like, remixes and arrangements and
Yeah.
stuff. I've got the...
Oh my gosh.
I have the core soundtrack, which is 170 songs, 170 tracks, 175, excuse me.
Oh my
175
gosh.
tracks. And that's only half the soundtrack. There's also Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Plus, which only just came out a little while ago, so I haven't bought it yet.
Oh my gosh.
There's only one version of the Gus Funk in the core soundtrack, so I couldn't play the other versions of it. But there are, I think, 3 versions of that track.
Oh my lord.
I want to go up. Like I told you before, you got to get the boss's permission, then win a chocobo. Dine's got his reasons and can't speak. This is something that I guess if we talk to some of the NPCs, it's implied that Dine is running the town. This is so vague that it is dropped completely in Rebirth.
I got you.
So I got this instead. He's holding up the pendant. Yeah, bull. I want to go up. Reacting, he showed the pendant of like, hey, Dine gave me this. Right. Did you kill Dine? You must have, or you'd never be holding that thing. So Don's dead. I don't know why I'm voicing him this way, because he doesn't sound this way in Rebirth, but here he's got like a spray tan, or he's black with white hair. It's unclear. Maybe now, this place will calm down a little. Dine didn't care who anyone was. Hell do you know? I mean, I don't know anything. Sorry. Will you get us out of here? Huh? Oh man, you guys are mistaken. Boy, the AC's been running the whole time we've been here. That fan has been running. It's only dropped 1 degree in this room. The whole time we've been here. Already told you, there's only one way to get out of here. That's to win the chocobo race that's held up there in the gold saucer. And only one racer can go up at a time. Really, even if you threaten me, it's a rule. I can't change it. If I do, the whole system down here would be messed up, and I can't do that. I'll let one go up there. After that, he's got to deal with Dio. All right, then. Cloud, you go. We'll wait down here. Hurry up and win that chocobo race. Get us out of here. Cloud's like, damn it, I was hoping Tifa would go do the chocobo races because she might put on her cowboy hat again. Right, Cloud, we'll be rooting for you.
Like the girl should be the one to get out. Like, leave the boys.
We should let the girls, if we're the chivalrous thing is to send the women out of the prison. All you need now is a manager to register and get a chocobo. I happen to hear your story. Who is this? Esther.
Tell me why I immediately was like, Bisky?
I'll be your manager. Nothing against it, but this is Esther. She may look kind of funny, but there's no better manager in the races. That's so rude. So in Rebirth, I should say, they wisely put the chocobo race and this whole funny sequence of events and this wacky lady in the bright pink outfit before you kill Dine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think she's got a southern accent. Nice to meet you, Cloud. Send you up in the elevator. Esther will fill you in on the details. I want to say she's got like a cute little Southern Belle accent, if I recall correctly. So that's what happened. I'll talk to Dio directly. You just concentrate on the race. Oh yeah, getting back to the other thing, there are many different types of chocobo jockeys. It's not only criminals. Some people compete for fame, some people compete for money, some for glory, and then there's people like you. Oh yeah, I'll teach you how to ride a chocobo. Yeah, tell me. First, press the touch button to choose either manual or auto. This lets you control the chocobo yourself or lets it run on its own, but it's pretty hard to make the chocobos run the way you want to. The chocobo doesn't like you, it won't listen. Then you're stuck. But most of the chocobos I have are mellow, and you should be able to handle them. When you're riding, press square to speed up, and X to slow down. If you go faster than the chocobo can handle, it'll quickly lose stamina. Use directional buttons to move left and right. Press O to get a burst of speed. Makes you run out of stamina even faster. Some chocobos are bad-tempered and can't pace themselves. They lose their stamina quickly. Oh my god, they're tutorializing mechanics that don't matter because she's giving us a mellow chocobo. Some advice from the restless. Once the first and second chocobo cross the goal line, press options to end the race. You don't have to wait for all the other ones. Why wouldn't you just do that automatically? Whatever, who cares? So for whatever reason, people who are in the prison can compete in the chocobo races to get out of the prison if they win. Also changed in Remake because it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
You knew? Hi, Joe. Hey, Esther, you're looking pretty as usual. Thanks. Let me introduce you, Cloud. This is Joe, one of the top chocobo jockeys. Nice to meet you, Cloud. If you're with Esther, then... Right, he's an up-and-coming jockey. He's only been down there a day, and he's already made it up here. I think the chocobo theme is supposed to be playing right now, and this port's bugged. I'm not gonna go find it. We're not bothering with that. Not supposed to talk about the past here. Pretty interesting, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. This is really funny. Like, they're treating this like he's your chocobo rival for this one race that you're about to do. Again, 5 seconds after we killed Dine. It's very funny. Anyway, chocobo racing. Woohoo. Let's do it. Where's she going? Hurry up. If you're going, go. Don't get cocky. Skills don't matter once you get in the race. Race will start in a few moments. Whee! Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Can you not go until...
Cloud. Okay, I have to wait for her. Thanks for waiting. I registered you for the next race. This is Chocobo. I prepared myself. Should do well. Remember how to ride? Yeah, I got it. Good luck. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We're right in it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Whee! Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I can Chocobo race with the best of them. That's right, this game just has a Mario Kart minigame hidden in the middle of it for no reason.
Wow.
Back in the day, you could just make anything in a year. It's kind of crazy how quickly you could just build stuff back then, with a small team that was working with 3D technology for the first time. Remember, there's like a guy on a kayak up there. And now we're in outer space.
Looks like you're getting pretty low on stamina.
But I'm also almost at the end of the race.
Oh, okay. So it didn't matter.
Whee! Woohoo! Congratulations, now you're home free. Oh yeah, owner told me to give this letter to you if you won. It's a letter from Dio. Boy, if you're reading this letter, you must have won. I know you earned it. Heard about dying from Esther. Now that you won, I'm granting you and your friends a full pardon, setting you all free. By way of an apology, have a little gift for use on your journey. Sorry I couldn't be here to tell you this in person, but I'm a very busy man. Sincerely, Dio. What an adventure. What an adventure.
Oh my gosh.
Cloud, this is great. The assistant manager stopped by to drop off a buggy. Now we can go over deserts and rivers. No problem. Okay, Cloud, I'll be waiting outside. I guess the others will be here too, but I'm the most important. The letter continues. P.S. I recently met Sephiroth. I bet he's pretty popular with boys your age. Why don't you get his autograph? He was heading toward Gongaga, south of the river. Sephiroth. There's like, so I've talked about localization issues in this game, right? There's a certain threshold at which localization doesn't fix it.
Yeah.
So, you may recall that when we walked out here before, we couldn't get to the gold saucer because it was surrounded by quicksand.
Yeah.
So now we have the first vehicle of the game other than a chocobo. Remember we needed the chocobo to outrun
The worm.
the big worm. I believe if we had a chocobo, we could have used it to get across these areas, but there is no chocobo farm over here, so we couldn't catch one. But now, if we want to, instead of going all the way through that mountain dungeon with the train tracks, we could cross. We can't go, obviously, across, like, actual deep water with a car, but shallow water like this, we can just drive straight across, and that's Costa del Sol right here, the beach resort that we were at earlier. So we don't have to go through the whole mountain range to get around anymore. Oh, I forgot. We can still encounter monsters while we're in this thing. And I didn't give Aerith any materia back. This could be a problem. Nope.
Those guys are icky.
Yeah, they're weird. They're weird. They got like a... Oh, I killed them all. We didn't get to examine them. It's too quick. Be sure to pick up the summon in here or it's permanently missable. Speaking from experience. Well, too late. What's the summon? Or did you mean in Gungaga? Because I know there's a summon in Gungaga. Context sensitive, did I miss a permanently missable summon? And also, which one was it? So I can decide if I care or not. This game's plot is one of the greatest written of all time. It just isn't executed very well at times, lol. I would agree. This game could have used a little more work.
Oh, the Chocobo lobby.
You meant the Chocobo lobby? Oh, well.
Too late.
I mean, I saved before dying. I could always rotate saves off stream and go back and get it.
They think Leviathan?
You think it's Leviathan? It's definitely not Leviathan. I know exactly where Leviathan is. Leviathan is in Wutai.
Rama? Is a different
yeah, that's
Ramu?
Ramu.
Rama.
It's a big old man who shoots. He's the thunder themed material. He's a big old man who stands atop a mountain like Moses and lifts a staff and casts thunder.
All right.
He's pretty cool, but I guess we missed him. Oh well. Or I'll go back and get it later. I mean, I already had to do a little bit of replay to prep for this stream. That was like a month ago at this point, but you know.
Yeah, it has been a minute.
It's been a while, but it's fine. All right, I should probably give Aerith materia, and I should probably turn off random encounters. We should do both of those things real quick.
He's a hot wizard of Rama.
Yeah, I mean, he's, depending on the game you're playing, he has varying degrees of hotness. I'm gonna leave Chocobo and Moogle on because it has an RNG chance of summoning Fat Chocobo, and we haven't seen it on stream yet. Instead of being just the Chocobo riding on a Moogle riding on a Chocobo, it can be Fat Chocobo. We just haven't seen it yet. What's this, Uwu? Let's head in.
Grass, crazy looking.
Is someone there?
Oh.
Hey, Rude. Who do you like? What are you so embarrassed about? Come on, who do you like? Tifa. That's a tough one. But poor Elena, she likes Song. I never knew that, but Song likes that ancient. Just getting a little insight into the Turks' love lives.
Interesting.
So yeah, this is something that's never really meaningfully elaborated upon, but I mentioned that in Remake Part 1, you may remember that when we're fighting Rude, he won't do direct damage to Aerith if he can avoid it.
Yeah.
He'll just try and karate chop her and stun her for a second and refocus on Cloud, and he'll only go after her last. And then similarly, against Tifa, he won't go after her first, he'll only go after her last, and he'll karate chop to knock her out. Also, when she's coming up the tower and Reno's about to shoot her with the minigun in the helicopter, Rude sees her, suddenly jerks the stick, and changes the aim so she doesn't get blown away.
Yeah.
And Reno goes, "What the hell, partner?" And he goes, my hand slipped."
Yeah.
Now, was it that he was just instantly, oh my god, love at first sight? I think, and I still don't know. I've beaten Rebirth now, it's unclear. There is a single line that suggests maybe Rude might have met Tifa before that, and Tifa doesn't know about it.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
remains unclear. We'll find out in Part 3. We'll find out it'll be one of the many revelations in Final Fantasy VII Revelation, which is the subtitle for Part 3.
Oh, okay.
And then Elena, this is the first time it's come up. She was a little like, yes, sir, right away, sir, when we met them in the caves last time where she was introduced, when Song gave her orders. But she's got a crush on Song. And Song has known, this is where it gets a little weird, is that Song has known Aerith since she was like 9.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, he's into her, is a little like, is that just 90s Japan? Or is
Yeah.
that a mistranslation? Or what is that? What are they talking about? It's so stupid. They always talk about who they like and don't like, but Song is different. Oh no! They're here! They're really here! Huh, then it's time. Rude, don't go easy on them. Not even the girls. Don't worry, I'll do my job. Then I'm counting on you. I'll report to Song. It's been a while. Payback time for what you did in Sector 7. I remember what happened in Sector 7. Out of our way, asshole. I don't like being taken for a fool. That's as far as you go. Whee!
Someone talking about Rama, I assume, said just because the wrapper is wrinkled doesn't mean the candy isn't sweet.
Jesus Christ.
And I...
Was that Circo Duck?
Yes.
I knew it. Without even looking. I knew it without even looking. There we go, we got it! We got it, Fat Chocobo, yay!
Hey!
Okay, now I can put good summons on Aerith instead. I don't know, if you get lucky and you get Fat Chocobo, it does a decent amount of damage.
It took a lot of times to get Fat Chocobo.
It did.
Random cute scene, it's great. Remember back at the pillar, Rude says something. Almost makes you forget these guys are mass murderers. He's
Yes,
a
yes.
simp.
Yep.
Love dodecahedron.
There's too much going on here.
Oldest looking 15-year-old in the remake.
Oldest looking 15-year-old. Oh, Song, right. I mentioned in the flashback where Song meets Aerith for the first time, even though there's concept art of a model, like a younger version of him, they did not actually implement the model. There's concept art, but they just used the model of him where he's like obviously almost 30.
Yeah.
And he's the exact same age like 15 years later. Which is a little weird. It's especially weird because we know, even without that concept art I just mentioned, what Song looks like when he's younger because he's in one of the prequel games. And he looks demonstrably different. Because, I mean, you remember Song, he's the head of the Turks. He's got the really long, silky black hair. So he's in Crisis Core. And in that game, it's much shorter and tied in like a tiny little, like, bun or a ponytail at the back. It's like, we know what he looks like. Oh, no! No, don't kill Aerith! She's my muse. I forget what these do. I think that might be the one that makes us immune to physical damage. It missed all of us. Okay, never mind. I don't know what it did. Oh, it's if her. I think it was. No, maybe. Okay, I don't remember what hers does. Oh well, that's fine. I gotta reread all of this stuff. All right. Well, Rude keeps healing Reno, so I guess we need to kill him first. In fairness, Young Cloud and Tifa in Rebirth look pretty much identical. This is true. When we see them and they're in like the 5 years ago flashback, which, you know, when Nibelheim got burned down, their models are only like very slightly changed.
Gotcha.
But the Song one stands out more because that flashback where he meets Aerith, she looks like she's like maybe like 7 or 9 years old. Like it was a long time ago. Oh, they both effed off. We're good. Yay, we won. Hey, something seems wrong, like they knew we were coming. They followed us, but there weren't any signs of it. Then that means there's a Shinra spy.
I bet it's Kate Sith.
I don't even want to think about there being a spy. I trust everyone, including the cat we just met 5 minutes ago, who joined our party for no reason.
Yeah.
And now the game is randomly commenting there might be a spy in the group.
They could also be tracking Red.
Oh, yeah, they could be tracking Red. We don't know anything about Yuffie.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot that we don't know anything about
Yeah,
Yuffie.
she literally was like, I'll do a little of this and a little of that.
Yeah.
Technically, she's an optional party
Yeah,
member.
we have lots of potential Shinra spies.
Yeah. We got a lot of people in the group now. Though I will say that technically, what was I gonna say? Sorry. Yuffie's an optional party member. Though this is also an optional area that we've just walked into, actually. You don't have to come to Gungaga, even though Dio literally said, hey, Sephiroth, I met Sephiroth. He seemed like a swell guy. You should go to Gungaga.
Imagine anyone thinking that Sephiroth
is
is a swell guy.
What's going on over here? This looks like a destroyed reactor. It is a ruined reactor. Hark! A helicopter doth approach? Scarlet, head of Shinra weapon development. In case you don't remember who that is.
The one who shot Barret and Dyne off a
Yes,
bridge.
but to be fair, we weren't reminded who she was in that scene. This isn't any good either. You only get junky materia from junky reactors. So we did learn that materia is like somehow crystallized Mako energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fossilized, congealed Mako energy.
Mm-hmm.
So presumably, if you're processing Mako at a reactor, then maybe materia might be a byproduct? I don't know. This reactor's a failure. What I'm looking for is big, large, huge materia. You seen any? No, I haven't seen any. I'll get on that right away. Please, we could make the ultimate weapon if we only had some. I just can't wait. With Hojo gone, weapon development's been getting a bigger budget. I envy. But even if we make the perfect weapon, could that stupid Heidegger even use it? Oh, sorry, I forgot Heidegger is your boss. Let's go. Big, large, huge materia. In Japanese, he says, big, large, huge materia.
Oh no!
Big, large. The ultimate weapon? The perfect weapon? Just what are the Shinra up to? So, the concept of huge materia is being set up here, and it will come back later. Some kind of large, powerful materia. This was set up even earlier in Remake. When we first see Scarlet in Remake, she's in a lab using a soldier as a footstool, and they have materia in a test tube, and they're talking about measuring its growth rate, right? And it starts to get a little bigger, and like bubble and expand. And then they go, wait, it's accelerating too fast. It's out of control. And she like walks out, and we hear an explosion happen in the room behind her. So we don't really know what that is when we see it in Remake, but she is attempting to artificially create a rare breed of materia that is known as huge materia. Huge materia.
Oh my gosh.
They changed the name in Rebirth to something
As
else.
they should.
But I genuinely don't remember, because for the rest of my life, myself, Joey, Joshua, everybody will only ever call it huge materia.
Yeah.
Somewhere around here. Uh-oh. I turned off random encounters because, yes, good, I can turn it off immediately after.
The hell is
This
that?
is my hell house. This dude didn't show up in Rebirth, and he better be in effing Revelation. Everyone was like, oh my god, they put Hell House in Remake, and it got this big thing. If this dude doesn't have a massive 3-phase boss fight in Revelation, I will write an angry letter to Square Enix. This is a Triceratops attached to tank legs with big trucker, or monster truck exhaust pipes on the back. This is my personal
wild.
favorite enemy in this whole game.
He's so... I don't even know what word actually... I don't know. I don't have an adjective for this.
I forgot to heal everybody because I thought I was walking toward the town. But then when I
Yeah.
saw the reactor, I was like, oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. But I forgot I was going to turn off random encounters to get this fight. So we got to very quickly use Aerith to heal everybody. Aerith is close to dying. 800 damage. Woohoo! Triceratank tops IDK. It's the final boss of Revelations, is Barry Bonabu, hopefully. Now you're speaking my language. That would be a real Revelaton. Look at this dude. Look how awesome he is.
So wonky.
Look how awesome this guy is. He's my big favorite.
Oh my gosh. Too bad he didn't get Big Chocobo.
He dwarfs the Chocobo and the Moogle. He's too strong. Ouch! This doesn't even make any sense. There we go, he's gone now. All right, I'm glad we got that instantly. I can turn random encounters back off again. But I was going to run around in this room until we met that guy one way or the other.
Okay.
Alrighty, now, somewhere around here, I don't think it's visible. So gang, help me out here. Does this materia only show up later, or is it here now? Because there's a summon here, I remember. But I think it's like off screen. You have to be like mashing X, like in the periphery. They really just put anything in this game, says Ninja Bunny. I know, right? They stopped being crazy. That's when Final Fantasy stopped being good. It wasn't about changing the combat style.
There's something shiny
Reach for
back
it. Receive
there.
Titan materia. That's a new summon. I'm gonna go ahead and give that to Aerith for variety's sake, since we've now seen Chocobo and Moogle. Whee! So, yeah. Listen, it's not about turn-based combat. It's not about the cutscenes or anything else. The quality of Final Fantasy rests on whether or not they're willing to put in a Triceratops with tank treads for legs. That's what determines if it's good or not. I see 2 rapidly deleted Circo Duck messages that I worry were somehow horny for the Triceratang.
They weren't.
Okay.
I don't...
Receive Death Blow materia. I don't remember what that does. What is Death Blow materia? The Death Blow command. Okay, I have no idea what that is. We're gonna move on. Whee! We only got so much time here today, people. We gotta move. Let's go.
They're oil?
No, they're oil. Didn't you remember?
Okay.
Are dinosaurs materia or like, fossils? Like.
I see.
Reactor explosion 3 years ago took my husband. No matter how much I pray, it won't bring our grandson back.
Jeez.
Yeah, pretty bad. So these guys also had a reactor explosion, but I guess for whatever reason, they didn't feel the need to kill literally everybody in this town like they did in Barret's. Shinra is nothing if not inconsistent with their cleanup operations. A ruined reactor, which we already saw because I went the wrong way first. Huh, do you want something? I want to hear a story. People can live without the Shinra's Mako reactors. I wouldn't call that a story, that's more like an opinion. We voted to outlaw the use of Mako energy and live with nature ever since the explosion. People can live without the Mako reactors.
Thanks. Oh.
Yeah.
I would not have...
Nope, Not unless you had the little thing.
Oh, who is this man?
Somebody sitting in shadows. You want to buy something? I'd like to hear a story. Been a while since the explosion, but you can still find pieces of it left all over town. Alright.
Okay.
Cool. Whee! Boop, 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 boop. If you didn't have the little red arrow telling you there's something to scale there, you would never figure it out in a million years. What's this place? You a traveler? Hey, wait. That glow in your eye. Are you a soldier? Oh, you're right. Do you know anything about our son? His name is Zack. It's been close to 10 years since he left for the city, saying that he didn't want to live in the country. He left saying he was going to join Soldier. You ever hear of a Zack in Soldier? Huh. I don't know. Zack. Young lady, do you know him? I remember he wrote to us 6 or 7 years ago, saying that he had a girlfriend. Could that have been you? It's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
A bit of a stretch. That can't...
Okay.
Zack.
Not Tifa knowing him too. Man. Cloud got
What happened to you two?
Cloud got outclassed.
He got cucked. Both of them know this Zack character? Can't believe he hasn't contacted us in 10 years. You're contradicting yourself. You said he contacted you 6 or 7 years ago. After all, we're his parents.
Oh, that's why the chat, I see.
Uh-huh. Have you ever met someone in Soldier named Zack? Aerith? What a shock. I didn't know Zach was from this town. You know him? Didn't I tell you?
No.
He was my first love. Zach. Soldier first class. Same as Cloud. Strange. There aren't that many who make first class, but I've never heard of him. That's all right. It's all in the past now. I just worried because I heard he'd been missing. Missing? It was 5 years ago. He went out on a job and never came back. He loved women. A real ladies' man. He probably found somebody else.
Jeez.
Hey, what's wrong? Poor guy. Or jealous. Envious. I don't really mind that I haven't heard from him, but I feel bad for his parents. Let's go, Cloud. Zach. Do you know him? No, I don't know him. Your face tells me differently. I told you, I don't. All right. It just sounds like you. Leaving town saying, I'm joining Soldier. There were a lot of guys like that back then. You must really be something to make it in Soldier out of a group like that. I really respect you. I got lucky or I worked hard for it. Which one do you think Tifa wants to hear? I think Tifa wants to hear we worked hard for it, but I don't know. I'd have to check the relationship guide to see what the actual correct answer is.
I don't know. I could see it going either way is the thing.
Let's look. I'm just curious. The Aerith one was pretty clear-cut. I feel like saying jealous, envious would definitely make Aerith happy. FF7, relations. It really shouldn't matter which person I'm pumping for relationship stats because, like, we're gonna watch the other, the scenes anyway. But, oh well. There is a particular reason that, like, it doesn't matter. There is a kind of reason that I'm focusing on Tifa, but, like, not worth explaining right now. Oh, come on. Oh, my God. Come on, Wiki, work. Come on, Wiki, you can do it. I know you can. So poor guy is +1 to Aerith, and jealous envious is +2 to Aerith. Oh, it doesn't matter what Cloud says. So I don't know. What do you want to say here? Let's just role play. He would probably, I don't know. He would probably say I just got lucky. He's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's like I put in the effort. Sometimes he's like self-effacing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got lucky. Don't be so humble. Cloud, thanks for caring.
See, that's why I was thinking if he said I worked hard for it, she'd be like, oh my God, you're so full of yourself. Like, you just got lucky.
You here to shop? I want to hear a story. Been a while since the explosion, but you can still find pieces left over.
Same story.
Somebody else told the same story.
The guy in shadow who should have had the coolest thing to say.
It's pretty crazy that they looked at Aerith and said he had a girlfriend. Was that you?
Yeah, and it was.
Yeah, and they were right. So in this game, just as a reminder, not that I want to drag too much attention to things, but you know it has been a while since we played both this and Rebirth. In this game, when we were at the playground, Aerith says, "It's weird that you're a soldier first class and you've got eyes like that. It's the same as the first guy I ever loved." She says, "The same as the first guy I ever loved," or something like that. Cloud asks something like about how it worked out between them, and she basically says like, "I liked him for a while, but we're not together anymore."
Yeah.
And she keeps it vague at the time. In Remake, she's talking about it. And Cloud goes, "What was his name? I probably knew him if he was in first class." And then she speaks, and her lips move, and the flashy green static happens, and Cloud strokes out for a second. And then the conversation moves on because Aerith gets distracted looking at his Mako eyes, and she doesn't notice the way that he reacted.
Crazy.
Anyway, just thought I would remind you.
Crazy.
Thought I would remind you. Fun detail. Oops, I didn't mean to go back in. My bad. I believe we're done here. I don't think there's anything else to do.
We gotta
here.
go back to our bug.
I gotta get back in my car. I don't think I technically need it for a few more minutes, but like I will need it eventually. I'd have to hike back for it if I don't bring it with me.
Right.
Whee! All right. Next up, we gotta go into the mountains here, I believe. Is this correct? Is there? Nope. Wrong place. Where's my map? My map went away. Here we go. I gotta go where? I gotta go am I going? How do I get to this place? I don't remember. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's shallows right there I can cross. Wahoo! Zach just kind of happens upon romantic interest is how I'd put it. This does not describe Zach at all. The whole, he's a real ladies' man. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're never really going to learn that much about Zach, but what we know about him is kind of conflicting information.
Cool.
There is a... How do I put this? In this version of the game,
There's a little town there.
that conversation we just had, where Zach gets mentioned, is in an optional town squirreled away.
Yeah.
An original localizer had it in a huge spreadsheet of dialogue with no context, right?
Yeah.
And probably assumed it was in like not really relevant to anything. Zach will come up a couple more times, and we get like straight up conflicting information about him, basically.
Great. Perfect.
When he comes up in Rebirth, because it was, better translated, the information is more accurate.
Okay.
But suddenly, the picture of him that is painted across the two versions becomes a little weird.
Okay.
It's not important. I just need people in chat to not talk about Zach for right now.
Okay.
Where are we now? What is this place?
It's pretty cool looking.
And what is this music that's playing?
Cosmo Canyon.
Whee!
Oh!
Okay, I gotta decide how I'm gonna voice this. Because this bit is really weird. Something happens here with Red 13 that is not clear at all in the English localization, but is clear in the original Japanese script, and is quite clear in the voiced English version, which is the way that pronouns, suffixes, etc. work in Japanese. You can communicate tone, age, personality by changing these words in a way that you can't in English.
Yeah.
So there's something that came through in the Japanese version that doesn't come through for us, but it's very obvious in the English dub of Rebirth.
Okay.
So I'm going to do my best. I want you to remember how I've been voicing Red so far.
Yeah.
And how I sounded at the ending of Remake. I'm home! It's me, Nanaki! Hey, Nanaki, you're safe.
What?
Come on, come say hello to Bugenhagen. Nanaki? Welcome to Cosmo Canyon. Are you familiar with this land? No. Let me explain. People from all over the world gather here to seek the study of planet life. This is renamed in Remake, you may recall, to planetology.
Okay.
I'm sorry it's full now, so I can't let you enter. They helped me when I was on the road. Please let them in. Oh, is that so? You helped our Nanaki. Please, come in. Who is Nanaki? Nanaki is Nanaki. That's his name. It's pronounced Nanaki. I forget. No, it's Nanaki is the way it's pronounced in the voiced version. Welcome to Cosmo Canyon. Make yourselves at home. Because remember, Red 13 is just a designation that Hojo gave me. He said, you can call me anything I want. And I said that we will learn his real name later, and if you name him by his real name, it's really funny. Because then they start going, like, who are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yay, Nanaki! Nanaki's back! All thanks to this flame! This fire's called the Cosmo Candle. It's burned for generations. It's a holy flame that protects this canyon. I've heard it only went out once, long ago. The elder said something horrifying occurred, but I really don't know much else about it.
Great!
I don't know much else about it.
Perfect.
So this is Cosmo Canyon, quite a mysterious place. Have you come to seek the study of planet life? That's it. Yeah? I heard there's an awesome observatory here. I'd like to see it if I get a chance. Elder Bug. Is that so? You brought Nanaki back. Yeah, thanks. Welcome. How about our original cocktail, the Cosmo Candle? Drink now, and then is good for you. It'll help you relax if you know when to stop. Pretty good advice.
Man, do I hear and say that often?
Welcome to the Shildra Inn. Be about 100 gil a night.
Man.
No thanks. Please come again. Let's check out the room, though. That's a nice enough room. Only 2 beds, though. I don't know where we're all gonna sleep.
Well, there's a couch.
There's a couch.
With a pillow on it.
We'll make Barret take the couch. It'll collapse under his weight.
Beds might too.
Let's go up here. There's a little indicator that there's something up here to explore. Let's go. Whee! I love exploring. Hello. Looking for anything in particular? Oh, it's just a store. I have no interest in that. I don't know what that green mark is. I can't do anything about it. Away we go. It's nice the director was calling him Nanaki in interviews for Revelation. I always hated that they found out his real name and kept calling him the science experiment name. Yeah. In Rebirth, I feel like they kind of alternate between calling him Nanaki and Red, if I recall correctly. So this one's really weird. Here is where I was, I mean this is my hometown, is a very strange sentence in English. Tim Rogers translates it in his video as, this is my home! I mean, this is where I grew up. My tribe were protectors of those who appreciate this beautiful canyon and the planet. My brave mother fought and died here, but my cowardly father left her. I am the last of my race.
Wow.
Your cowardly father, huh? Yes, my father was a wastrel. And so the mission I inherited from my ancestors is to protect this place. My journey ends here.
Okay.
I believe this is, Nanaki, you're home! Coming, Grandpa! That's perfect. Why don't we take a break, too? We can meet back here in a while, okay? Red is a cool name, but it's problematic. Tiger Lily Arms Shop. They're big Peter Pan fans here. People in this canyon hate to compete, so almost everything here are replicas, but that's all right. Some of them you can really use. Anything good? That's a better weapon. That's a way better weapon for Tifa. Holy crap, need that. Way better for him. Only marginally better for Cloud. Way, way, way better for her. Red's not here, so I can't see how much better it is. That's better. I'm out of money! No, I'm out of money, no! I gotta go kill random monsters and make money. I'll do that off screen, who cares? All right, we're going to rotate saves and maybe I'll go back for that. I really don't care. I don't care about getting Rama. Whee! So what else is going on around here? I put notes around here somewhere. Is something hidden in this room for me to find, maybe? Nope. Just a flavor room. You can make flavor. Look at how impressive this flavor room is. Bro, I played this game so long ago and just now put together the problematic aspect. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. It's fine. Bugenhagen sealed this door shut. How'd he do it? With super glue?
You guys have super glue?
This is, if I recall correctly, it's like it's a stronger pun in Japanese of like the word for magically sealing something being closer to the word that would be used for a glue, if I recall correctly. I think it was explained that this is more of like a kid literally not understanding that a word has 2 meanings, and it's like an untranslatable pun, if I recall correctly. Look at that view. You can see the whole place from here. So this is another location that gets referenced a little bit earlier in Remake. One of the signature cocktails that Tifa makes for Cloud is called a Cosmo Canyon. It has a distinct red color to it. It's because it's the color of the rocks at Cosmo Canyon. Hold on, I'm rushing. We gotta stop and actually look at these screens that these 3D modelers put so much effort into.
With the spinning satellite dish.
Yep. And a little weather vane with like a. It doesn't look like a chocobo. It almost looks more like a real-world duck.
Yeah.
It makes sense that they have super glue. They have giant robots. Ninja Bunny, you're making a solid argument right now. Cloud, this is my grandfather, Bugen. He's incredible. He knows everything. I hear you looked after my Nanaki. Nanaki is still a child, you see. Please stop, Grandpa. I'm 48. Ho! Nanaki's tribe has incredible longevity. So you see, his 48 years would only be equivalent to, say, that of a 15 or 16-year-old in human reckoning. 15 or 16? He's quiet and very deep. You thought he was an adult? Grandfather, I want to be an adult. I want to grow up and be able to protect you and the village. No, Nanaki, you can't stand on your own yet. To do that now would destroy you in the long run. As we're glossing over it, I want you to look at this dude's design.
Yeah, is he like floating a little bit?
He's
Okay.
floating on a weird green marble.
I just assumed.
He's floating on like a little green ball.
I just
of some kind.
assumed instead of legs, he
Had
had
a robe or something.
No, he had like VeggieTales bottom.
He's like Larry the Cucumber at the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we were meant to interpret it as like he's got his legs crossed and he's levitating.
Yeah,
But in remake,
maybe.
he's pretty definitively balancing on like a glowing green ball.
Okay. It's a piece of a huge material.
It could be a huge materia. Baby Yoda vibes. I'm literally just a 48-year-old teenager. Reaching up into the heavens, threatening to snatch the very stars from the great city of Midgar. You've seen it, haven't you? Well, that's a bad example. Looking up too much makes you lose perspective. Woohoo!
See the way he's hopping around. That's given Larry.
Larry the Cucumber style, yeah. When it's time for the planet to die, you'll understand that you know absolutely nothing. Yo, when the planet dies?
For once, we focused on the correct thing.
Oh, it may be tomorrow or 100 years from now, but it's not long off. How do you know this? I hear the cries of the planet.
That sounds like somebody blowing on a bottle.
What's that? The sound of the stars in the heavens. While this goes on, planets are born and die. What is that? Oh, that was a scream from the planet.
Oh!
Didn't you hear it? As if to say, I hurt, I suffer.
Turn it off, then!
They've come here on a journey to save the planet. Why don't you show them your apparatus? Oh, to save the planet! Oh. But then again, I guess it wouldn't hurt to show him. Bugenhagen. Several odd-looking people are here. The whole place has gotten busy all of a sudden. He brought friends, too. I'll go get them. Cloud, please call one of them. Only 3 people... Oh, sorry. Oh, that's red. Only 3 people can fit in Grandfather's machine. Can I go in here? Don't worry, my machine won't run away. Go invite your friends.
I would have assumed you just like took out your phone and called them.
Yeah, you can only do that at save points if you're here. I guess, do I have to go to a save point now? What's going on? I don't remember this part. Oh, hey, it's Kate. What did they say? You're not coming. No. I don't want you in the, I have to take it. I have to take Kate's in. Oh, I can take any, no, they're not here. I can take anybody I want. Okay. Girls are coming. Rebirth says canonically the girls went into the observatory, so the girls are coming. It's canon. Also, they're just the correct choices. Here, over here, the door's unlocked. Come in. What's going on? Ho! It looks like you have them all together. Then let's begin. I'll stand there. You won't stand anywhere, but whatever. All right, here we go. So pretty. It's just like the real thing. Yes, very pretty. Yeah, the real thing of, like, what, the real outer space? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Yes, pretty good. This is my laboratory. All the workings of space are entered into this 3D holographic system. Hey, a shooting star!
That sounds awful.
It's just a black hole, Aiden. Those are normal. There are tons of those in space. Wow, how wonderful.
That's not what
I love black holes. They're fascinating. Scientifically, I mean. Cloud, I have a black hole I could show you.
No! Banned.
Woohoo, yes, it's something, isn't it?
Banned.
Well, let's get to the subject. Not that shit, whatever you just said, crazy lady. Eventually, all humans die.
They return to the planet.
What happens to them after they die? The body decomposes and returns to the planet. You know, you pay attention. That much everyone knows. Oh, never mind, you don't get any credit. Everybody knows that. Aiden.
Well, I'm everybody. I'm one of the crew.
But what about their consciousness? Their hearts and their souls? Sorry, the chat's catching up with my shit. The soul, too, returns to the planet. And not only those of humans, but everything on this planet. In fact, all living things in the universe are the same. I think that last part's straight up wrong. Where he said all things in the universe are the same. I think that might... No, I'll shut my mouth. We'll talk about it later. The spirits that return to the planet merge with one another to roam... Sorry, I'm thinking about future shit. I need to stop getting hung up and just deal with stuff.
Okay.
Circo Duck said, I'm being called horny. The hack. Circo Duck, I haven't forgotten the Bloodborne stream where every monster that showed up... Yes! Boyfriend! Father Gascon! Daddy! He has every disease ever! Don't pretend. I remember this shit. I got it locked in. The spirits that return to the planet merge with one another and roam the planet. They roam, converge, and divide, becoming a swell called the life stream. Life stream. In other words, a path of energy of the souls roaming the planet. Spirit energy is a word that you should never forget.
Okay.
It's 2 words, but that's okay. A new life. Children are blessed with the spirit energy and are brought into the world. Then, the time comes when they die and once again return to the planet. Of course, there are exceptions, but this is the way of the world. I've digressed, but you'll understand better if you watch this.
Wow.
Whee! Mustn't say such things that I said earlier. I mustn't say such things. Look at that. It's some kind of Virtua Fighter character. Whee! He went away. He died. A tree died too. But they both turned into magic spirit energy, and elsewhere they converge into new life. A new person elsewhere. Spirit energy is the source of life for trees, birds, and humans. And not only living things, it makes it possible to form planets. And if that spirit energy were to disappear,
Oh.
these are the basics of the study of planet life. So, we have had, since the beginning, planets dying cloud, Mako energy, bad, they're using the lifeblood of the planet, etc. This is the first time that explicit terms of what it means have been laid out.
Yeah.
Babies will stop being born, plants will stop growing, and eventually total ecological collapse on a planetary level.
That's crazy.
If spirit energy disappears, our planet will die. Spirit energy is efficient because it exists within nature. When spirit energy is forcefully extracted and manufactured, it can't accomplish its true purpose. You're talking about Mako energy, right? Every day, Mako reactors suck up spirit energy, diminishing it. Spirit energy is compressed in reactors and processed into Mako energy. All living things are being used up and thrown away. In other words, Mako energy will only destroy the planet. It's a little unclear how materia factors into this, but I guess we are to assume the materia uses such fleeting quantities of Mako energy that it's not really making a dent in it versus a cold fusion reactor that's running 24/7 for years on end. We are to assume. The story of the planets and those who lived with them. If you want to know more, you should listen to the words of the elders. Come on, get around the apparatus. I want to keep talking to you. Nanaki, his father a coward. So that's it. Nanaki's been thinking that all this time. Whee! Well, anyway, now that we're, 25 hours in, the stakes have been explained to us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not fair. There's been shit all the way.
Yeah.
But it is a little weird that we get this game's equivalent of, like, the Sozin's Comet episodes, which are, like, what, episodes 7 and 8 of Avatar Season 1? And we're getting it at this point.
Yeah.
Is a little weird, and we've still got more to learn about what's going on. But that's okay. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I'm all the way up here now.
Wait.
Is there anything to do up here? No! Just fun to explore. Fun to explore in a video game. Materia can occur naturally, plus materia can be naturally occurring. Yeah, I guess that's the question though, right? Is if it is like, oh yeah, it can occur naturally, like we saw when in the flashback, heading up to the Mako reactor with Sephiroth, we stopped at a like a fountain of Mako energy. That was like had crystallized Mako that they said could be used to source materia. But what causes that? What does that mean? Does that stop life from developing? I don't know. What are you doing back there?
Forgot to change?
You forgot your change. That's a guy who's fallen asleep on the job at what's supposed to be another store, I guess. I'm really busy. I need more help, Mumble complained. Where are the elders? I know where one elder was because we talked to them in the bar. Let's see if we can find more elders to tell us more about the people who lived in harmony with the planet. We're probably Aerith's people. Whee! Did you say you need to be out here at 8? Okay, we probably aren't going to quite finish this arc, but that's okay. We'll finish it next time. My job is to gather up all the legends and knowledge of the planet to make a book. Then, even when I return to the planet, the children may still be taught about many things. We have guests, good. I know. You came to ask me something, right? I want to know about the Promised Land. Everybody keeps talking about it. What is it? So that's what you want to know about. There is no place called the Promised Land. That's what I believe. No, it does not exist. You could say that. In other words, it doesn't exist for us, but it did for the ancients. The Promised Land is the resting place of the ancients. The life of the ancients is one continuous journey. A journey to grow trees and plants, raise animals, and make Mako energy. Did they say Mako energy? Did I read that right?
Yeah.
Their harsh journey continued throughout their lives. The place they returned to after their long journey, their burial land, is the Promised Land. Supreme happiness? I believe that for the ancients, it was the moment that they were able to return to their planet. The moment they were released from their fate to gain their supreme happiness. At least that's what I believe. I really don't know whether or not it's true. By the way, those that came with you are at the Cosmo Candle. Are you leaving?
That sounds like a...
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I think it was meant to be like, oh, your friends are gathered up down there. Are you guys on your way out? But yeah, it didn't come across that way. I think there was another elder in here. Dorinkin. Whee! What is it? Tell me the story of the ancients. You can't talk about the ancients without mentioning Professor Gast. He used to come here sometimes. He was a Shinra scholar who spent his life studying the ancients. He was a serious person. You never would have thought he'd be in Shinra. Must have been about 30 years ago when he found the corpse of an ancient.
Is that, Aerith's mom? No, not 30 years ago.
Genova.
Yeah, okay.
They said they found Sephiroth was reading a bunch of books.
Yeah.
They said a frozen body was found in substrata in a dig, and we're pretty sure it's an ancient, and we started doing experiments on it, and something from that, and Genova's DNA is in Sephiroth is what we learned, or we learned something to that effect, I believe. That is the danger of playing this with gaps. Is I'm like, what's been told to us and what do I know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so no. Genova was what they named the sample when they found it. Also, I don't remember if Sephiroth said Gast's name explicitly. He may have, but he did specifically. He specifically said in the flashback, Hojo is a hack. He's nothing compared to the guy who was the head of R&D and before him.
Gast seems like a name that I have heard before, so I don't know when I've heard it, but I don't feel like that's the first time I've heard it.
I might have mentioned it, but I think Sephiroth might name drop him in the flashback.
Okay.
Must have been about 30 years ago he found the corpse of an ancient. He was elated. If I recall, he named it Genova and was doing a lot of research. One day he showed up here looking very distressed. He was mumbling something about Genova not being an ancient and that he'd done a terrible thing. He's been missing ever since then. I heard he never went back to Shinra. So if you see Professor Gast, I want you to tell him that the old man that likes to drink in Kazuko Canyon wants to hear about the ancients. Well, there's lots to talk about, but most things about the ancients are all legends and folk tales, and no one knows the truth. By the way, your friends are all in front of the Cosmo Candle. Are you all leaving now? Yes, I guess that's like the last thing tourists do is gather around the Cosmo Candle before they leave. I think that's what that's meant to be. So, somewhat similarly to the hidden, I just mentioned, finding out that Aerith's boyfriend was named Zack, and she mentions she had a boyfriend who was first class back in Midgar. Finding Zack's parents and getting Zack's name is optional content. We don't have to go to Gongaga. The little bits of tidbits about him that are in this game, again, are really poorly translated because they weren't part of the main story and they were missable, and I bet the localization guy just was reading lines in a spreadsheet and he didn't know to give them extra attention. Similarly, aside from Sephiroth mentioning Gast in that flashback, this is the beginning of a separate, optional backstory, because we didn't. Even though he said you should go talk to the elders, we could have just gone to hang out with the gang at the candle. We will. I mean, obviously, we just got a lot of Gast was the guy. He found the sample. He was saying it wasn't actually an ancient. He went missing. We never had to talk to this person, but we will. Because I know where to go, we will learn more about Gast later. Whee! I love all these little bits that were dropped just now, says Circo Duck. Yeah, they weave a lot of stuff in here. There's a lot to be managed in this story. What a boring place, just like I thought. I want to go somewhere. Let's find some materia.
You imbecile. You stupid child.
She is a 16-year-old girl. She likes glittery, shiny things.
Child.
I wonder how many years it's been. Gosh, it brings back memories. I wonder how I don't know how many years it's been. Brings back memories. Cosmo Canyon. This is where Avalanche was born. I promised my guys someday, when we save the planet from Shinra, we'd all go to Cosmo Canyon and celebrate. Biggs,
oh
Wedge,
my gosh.
Jesse.
Just in case you forgot, those guys are dead.
It has been a while since they came up. And again, they didn't have much play in this version of the game. Now they're all gone. Died for the planet. Really? To save the planet? We all hate Shinra. But is it right to go on? I forget what... I should have looked up translation stuff, because what he says here is completely butchered. Will they ever forgive me? Right now, I don't really know, but I do know one thing. If there's anything I can do to save the planet or the people living on it, then I'm gonna do it. I don't care if it's for justice or revenge or whatever. I don't care. I'm gonna do it. Avalanche is born again. So that That's completely different in Japanese. I'm only vaguely remembering Tim's translation, but he basically says, we did it. Oh, I did it because of Shinra. I did it because Shinra's bad. Nah, I did it for me. And now people are dead. And I really need to rethink my priorities. Now, I'm not giving up. I still believe in my mission, but I need to go forward like clear-eyed about who I am and why I did the things that I did. It's something to that effect. I'd have to look it up to remember. But that scene's like completely different in Japanese. Cloud, bonfires are funny, aren't they? They make you remember all sorts of things. You know, Cloud, 5 years ago... It's nothing. No, forget it. I'm afraid to ask. What is it? It feels like you're going away. You really are you, right?
Huh?
Cloud didn't say anything very reassuring there. In Rebirth, he does literally say, what do you mean by that? And then she drops it. Red has nothing to say. I learned a lot. The elders taught me a lot of things. About the Cetra, the Promised Land. I'm alone. I'm all alone now. But and the rest of us, we're all here for you, right? I know, but I'm the only Cetra. Does that mean we can't help?
Two strikes.
Hey, at least he followed up with her. Long ago, when I was still very small, we were all around this flame. No, never.
3 strikes. We're out.
What happened? It's about my parents. When I talk about my mother, I'm full of pride and joy. And that's fine. But when I think of my father, my heart is full of anger. By the way, in Rebirth, Red does just switch back and forth between his affected, I'm older personality and his, I'm being honest about being a teenager personality.
That's so funny.
You really can't forgive your father. Of course. He left Mother for dead. When the Gi tribe attacked, he ran off by himself, leaving Mother and the people of the canyon. Come, Namaki. There is something you should see. The place may be dangerous. Cloud, will you and one other person come with us? We'll bring Barret. Barret canonically goes in Rebirth. Can I go too? No. Only one person. Only one person, Tifa. I'm gonna go to a save point, and we're gonna stop there. We'll do this next time. Do you have 5 minutes for me maybe to pull up Tim's translations of those conversations?
Yeah.
Because those are really important conversations, and I'd love to be able to read nuanced versions of them.
Yeah, while you do that, I'm gonna run to the rescue.
Yeah, sure thing. Damn, I heard that. I don't know if that came through on the mic. That was pretty potent. Aiden popped her wrist something fierce there. You all know the words. Sing along. Boo 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 boo. This fire sound is like duty ass. I gotta be honest, I wasn't paying that much attention to it. Alright, let me find the bit in the video that we want. Here it is. Hey, it literally has the thumbnail is literally of the bonfire. That was easy. Do 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 do. Yeah, Ninja Bunny, you know the words. Boo 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 boo. Ba 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 ba. Do 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 do. God, I love the top comment on this video. This is part 9 of Tim Rogers' localization series that he did when he was still with Kotaku. He kept making jokes about like, oh, the localizer didn't get the Pizza Hut joke and the Domino's joke, so he must, like, not know anything. He must live, like, on a farm too far away to have delivery pizza in the 90s. He keeps, like, making up lore to explain why the localizer didn't, like, made mistakes. And the top comment on this video is, for those who are keeping track with series headcanon, the FF7 translator was apparently a sleep-deprived time traveler who grew up on a dairy farm outside the range of national pizza franchise delivery restaurants. This Tim Rogers localization series, basically every time that the localizer misses an obvious reference or doesn't understand something, for probably like a realistic reason, Tim makes up a reason that he wouldn't know it. So for example, the reason he doesn't get the Pizza Hut and Domino joke with the mayor and his assistant is that he grew up on a dairy farm too far away from any chain delivery pizza places.
Don't mind me putting my chapstick on my
Certainly not.
touched up tattoo.
Certainly not. Certainly not.
My bee balm.
Have we talked about
we've talked about it before.
The tattoo is on the show?
Yeah, we've definitely talked about it before. I don't know that we've talked about it on this particular stream. It's the same juniper tattoo that I got, but the blue just refuses to hold for some reason. So I've had the blue added back. So maybe it'll stay this time. We knew ring finger tattoo was not gonna be a one and done.
It's gonna get worn down. You're gonna have to do some touch-ups.
Well, not even that. Just fingers notoriously don't stick real well. So like the only other tattoo that I've had to have touched up by this artist was my Avatar thigh piece, and it was just like the very bottom of the staff. By the time we were putting that color in, my skin was so tired of being stabbed with a needle that it was like, this brown,
Let's come back later.
But otherwise, like everything I've had done by this artist has stuck really well.
Let's see here.
Causing the planet to crumble into space dust.
Ignore that.
All of our party members say a couple of words. It's a gentle, quiet moment in the story. It's precious. We get to catch up with how each of these characters is developing. As per usual with this game, Barrett's English translation misses much of the nuance from the Japanese original. I promised my guys someday, when we saved the planet from the Shinra, that we'd all go to Cosmo Canyon and celebrate. Biggs, Wedge, Jesse. Now they're all gone. Died for the planet. Really? To save the planet? We all hate the Shinra. Do I even got a to go on?
I thought that. Do I even got a to go on? I remembered that from the original version, so that's one of the grammar errors that was bad enough that it got corrected, even for this still not well localized version. He said, can I even go on like this? I was like, I thought he said, do I even got a to go on? I guess I hallucinated that, but I didn't. Anyway, I'm not going to play his audio just in case, because like he spoils stuff and talks about foreshadowing occasionally.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is just like kind of fast forward through it, and I'll read his suggested translations.
Okay.
'Cause he reads it through in Japanese and then suggests it could, I would localize it like this, basically. He tries to explain the context of the Japanese. They all died. They all died to... Hold on, I messed it up. They all died to protect this planet. Is that true, to defend the life of this planet? I just hated Shinra. That's all. Am I thus even qualified to continue this journey? In this spiritual place about connection with the planet, it's making him reassess whether or not his priorities are in the right place, if he's a worthy defender of the lifeblood of the planet.
Okay.
Thus, even qualified to continue this journey? This is huge. Barret is admitting that he might never have cared as much about the health and life of the planet as he cared about getting revenge on the Shinra Company. Barret suffers serious pain whenever he thinks about his past. Introspection has sharpened his hindsight to a razor's edge. He is now capable of seeing exactly why every wrong decision he has ever made in his life was the wrong one. Here he is being...
A little extreme, but anyway, point is that does not come through in the version that we just read, really.
No.
And the English version is just like, do I even got it to go on? Cue the laugh track, says Tim. Alrighty. I thought he talked about Aerith's bonfire talk. I guess he only covered Barret's here. Okay, because he didn't cover everything in this series. I thought he covered Tifa and Aerith as well, but I guess he only did Barret's. Okay. Or maybe, okay, I think he might loop back to one of those conversations like way later.
Okay.
But I'm not going to bother finding that right now. I at least wanted to get Barrett since I was the one that I remembered. I feel like he talks about the other ones, but it's fine. Tifa's is intentionally vague. Even if we got a better translation of it, it was still going to be a somewhat similar thing of her saying 5 years ago, I want to ask you, no, never mind. And Cloud's like, what's up with you? And then she says, are you really you? And he really doesn't know what to say to that, and the conversation ends. That's
what it's supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to be, and we're not supposed to know what that means just yet. What is your interpretation of that? You're making your icky face.
So there are a couple things. Am I remembering that there is also Jenova in Cloud, or is it just Sephiroth?
There, early on, there was a conversation about, like, we were talking about, Sephiroth seems to have gone through a unique process, but we don't know what goes into soldiers. All we know is they've been genetically modified. You may be barking up a tree. Whether it's the right one or the wrong one, I won't say, but you are barking up a tree that I don't think the game has explicitly commented on yet. But that's a thought, because we know that Sephiroth has at least some of his superpowers because of genetic modification involving Jenova. Now, what we also know is that he was modified either at or before birth, because he's felt different since he was a kid. And he didn't go through, or maybe he went through, it's unclear. He might have gone through some turn him into a soldier process when he was older, or he might not have. I don't think the games ever address it.
Okay.
I think we are to assume that if he went through a soldier enhancement process as a teenager, like Cloud did, I think we are to assume it was fake. And it was theater for his sake, because he was modified from birth.
Yeah.
Cloud got modified after he entered the program.
Yeah, okay.
Every other soldier got modified after they entered the program. So we don't know what they're jabbing him with, but we know that Sephiroth has Jenova cells in him.
Okay. So at that point then, I guess either way, whatever she's thinking you have been like altered in some way. Has that changed who you are?
From the guy that I knew before you left town. She was even a minute ago talking about how hearing Zach's story, like for some reason she got really emotional.
Yeah.
And ran out. And now, to be fair, she also got very pushy when he was like, do you know who Zach is? And she was like, no way. But then she justified it by, it's just that it reminded me. So it's like, do we believe her?
Yeah.
Do we not? I don't know. But yeah, she got very emotional just at the thought of people leaving town like Cloud did back then. And he left, it's worth remembering, he left town 7 or 8 years ago. I may be getting my timeline a little screwy there.
Okay.
He left town when he was, I think, 13 or 14. And then he came back when he was 16. So the Nibelheim incident where the town got burned down, where he and Sephiroth came back, and all that shit happened, and that ended with Cloud going to confront Sephiroth, and then I can't remember what happened next. That was 5 years ago.
Okay.
Cloud left town 7 or 8 years ago. I want to say 8. I don't remember. It's been a little while.
Okay.
So when she said 5 years ago, she's talking about, she wanted to ask him something about something that happened 5 years ago, but she stopped herself. She couldn't pull the trigger. Aerith was also fairly self-explanatory. She is a chipper, upbeat person who always has a positive outlook on life, and here we find her in a moment of introspection where she is actually reflecting on the...
Oh my god, I'm the last.
The finality of herself.
Yeah.
And being the last one of her entire race.
Yep. I do feel like I have to
straightforward.
address one thing in chat.
Go ahead.
Which is I do not have a Navi tattooed on my thigh. I have one of the koi
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes, I have one of the koi fish from first season of Avatar, like the yin and yang koi fish. I have one on like this side of my thigh, and then the front piece is Appa and Momo and Aang's glider.
Yeah.
So
It's like kind of like an artistic version of Momo that's like, if I recall correctly, it's a little bit like extended. It's kind of like twirling around. No, it's like a gust of wind twirling around.
Yeah, it's got like
glider.
the arrows.
That's what it is.
What's going around.
It's
the
artistic
gliders.
blue arrows going around the glider and Appa and Momo on either side of it. That's right. Yeah. It's only recently been summer, so I haven't seen you wear shorts for a while.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the design perfectly. A brother with 6 fingers who wrote a series of journals. Why are we referencing Gravity Falls? How did that come up? Only Mako-infused eyes have been said no, like they have something to do with Mako. Yeah. As far as Cloud goes, I'm pretty sure it's just that he went through the normal soldier procedure. I don't think they've commented on whether or not he's got any Genova cells in him. The only thing is Sephiroth freaked out and said, was I made in the same way that these monsters were made? And he said, I'm not like you, Cloud. I'm built different.
Yeah.
That's what we learned. Ninja Bunny is why. Oh, Cloud has a secret evil twin brother. Got it. I got
Named
it.
Strife.
Vape Strife. Got it. That's where the Gravity Falls reference came in. Got it. All right. Just joining, it sounds like you're wrapping up. KH4 and Revelation coming soon. We feasting now. Sauce Boss, if you want to. There's no reaction of me watching the KH4 trailer, but we discussed it at the beginning of this stream, for like 10-ish minutes or so. Aiden hasn't seen it, but I just described it and talked about it. And Joey and I reacted to the entirety of Summer Jeff Fest, so you can go see our live reaction to the Rebirth trailer if you want to. I think I saw Ninja Bunny come in late and go, man, that KH4 trailer was bad. Since you missed the beginning, Ninja Bunny, my feeling was like it was a good trailer in a vacuum, but for a trailer we had to wait 4 years for with no release date at the end, it was pretty bad. Anything else in here before I let you go, because it's time for you to go. What does he say to explain this guy are sick? He said the accurate translation of this guy are sick is this guy are sick. It's because, like, tense, pluralization, pronoun use works differently in Japanese, and it's context-heavy. This guy are sick is an accurate translation of the original Japanese phrase. It's the sort of thing that you would write down if you were on your 700th line of the last 30 minutes, and it's midnight, and you're not thinking clearly. Mm-hmm. Wait, I missed a KH4 trailer? Yeah, Nate the Sax. Dude, you gotta wake up, man. It was the second to last item in the Nintendo Direct yesterday. And then the one more thing was a teaser for an Ocarina of Time remake that was just a tapestry of the Deku Tree and Link sleeping in a tree with no gameplay. A lot happened over the weekend, says Half-Fan D. It did. Travis Willinghelm's new Sephiroth voice. Yeah, the entire remake and Rebirth cast is back, seemingly, except the new voice of Sephiroth had a schedule conflict and he couldn't do it. Now Travis Willinghelm is voicing Sephiroth. He'll do fine. We hear him voice like one line in the Revelation trailer. It's noticeably different. Everyone went, that's a different guy. Some people even guessed it was Travis Willingham. And then like that afternoon, Maximilian Dude interviewed Naoki Hamaguchi, Hamaguchi. He's the director. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, we did have to recast. Unfortunately, the other actor was not available. It was very Nintendo hire this man. Yeah, that Ocarina of Time trailer was I did not like it. I swear if that's young Xehanort holding the umbrella, I swear, why do I still care? Oh, it is young Xehanort holding the umbrella, dude. For the last 2 years, Tetsuya Nomura did, like, Kingdom Hearts art, and with a caption of, like, please be wait for more information, and both times he drew young Xehanort with a see-through umbrella like he was in Tokyo. We've been waiting for him to show up, dude. Doesn't make a lick of sense. I know you're like, Xehanort, he's the bad guy. A young version of Xehanort, okay, whatever. Uh-huh. The young version of Xehanort shows up because of time travel and is eliminated from the story with no reason to ever return after Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay.
And boy, is he ever in that Kingdom Hearts 4 teaser that came out yesterday.
Great.
But anyway, that is...
Love that.
That is the end of it. She's got to get out of here. I don't know. Like this... So we were talking about before. I like this game a lot. Mm-hmm. This middle section execution could be way better.
Yeah.
That Dyne stuff is, like, conceptually interesting.
Yeah.
kind of iffy execution. The Gungaga visit is a pit stop. We get like a little bit of like if you don't go in there with Aerith and Tifa, you get nothing out of that visit.
Yeah.
Because like if you walk into that house and those two aren't in your party, like nobody else has a reaction to it.
Oh.
Yeah. Nobody else dated Zach.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
It's pretty. Yeah. Yeah. So that's again when I said it's utterly missable.
Yeah.
You're like if you go in there with just Aerith, she'll run off. If you go in there with just Tifa, she'll run off. If you don't go in there with both of them, you don't get that whole scenario. I don't think the game like magically summons them if they aren't in your party. I'm pretty sure they have to be in your party for you to get those scenes. Which is, again, Aerith mentioned having a boyfriend who was Soldier First Class way back in Midgard. This is only the second time it's come up.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then Cosmo Canyon. We do get Bugenhagen's little astronomy lab, which is important. Because while these concepts have been explained in abstract, it's the first time someone has sat our asses down and said, this is the way that the world works.
Yeah.
So it is pretty key. This is a vibes-heavy section of the game. It's like, do you like the theme park? Cool, it's fun to go to a theme park. Do you like the mystical vibes of Cosmo Canyon and that do-do-do-do-do-do theme? It's like, yeah, this is great. How's the storytelling? It's so-so. It's so-so. It's not great. Clearly, Aerith has a type, says Dean. Yeah, that's the thing, is that, like, is Aerith, like, when she first meets Cloud, especially in Remake, it's really emphasized that she's, like, just trying to work up the courage to ask him if he knows Zack, which he then says, I don't, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the question is she just attracted to, you know, mysterious soldier types with a certain look in their eye? But like I said, the information we will get, Ninja Bunny was talking earlier about like that. He was a real ladies' man. Like, doesn't completely match with other stuff we're going to learn about him later.
Okay. I mean, I feel like, I don't know. I'm thinking about my first love, you know, and how that ended for me. So, maybe there are different ways to represent things. I don't think it would be fair to call that guy a ladies' man, but at the end of the relationship, it might be fair.
It might have been.
So,
no,
I don't know.
Zack's a sticky wicket that's for reasons that are very hard to explain until we get to the next, like, kind of chunk of information about him. And then you're going to be like, oh, I get it. This is what they were talking about.
Gotcha.
He's like I said, a fleetingly minor and missable character, which is why some of the information about him was very poorly localized. But for reasons we'll get into, the fan base is very invested in him. It definitely doesn't have anything to do with shipping.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get, let me put it this way, because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm like, we're talking about this guy, and I, like, you know, who was just, like, has been randomly mentioned.
Yeah.
And because chat talked about him and I'm talking about him, you're going, like...
He's gotta be a big deal.
It's gotta be important. If I like Tifa and Cloud together...
Then he's gotta come back so
he's
Aerith
got,
can
then
date
then
him.
Aerith has gotta really care about him to just...
Okay.
We'll get into it.
Gotcha.
What is the difference between a ladies' man and a womanizer? They're the same thing.
I have
say
a
they're the same
different
thing.
answer,
Oh,
and
what's
I
your-
don't know if it's stream appropriate.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, say that. Listen, I said the thing that I said earlier. Now you got to say one so it's even.
I would say that a ladies' man makes a woman come and a womanizer does not.
And that's our stream, ladies and gentlemen. See you next time for more fun, clean, wholesome Final Fantasy entertainment.